go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consider what real friends do, how real friends are. I am still a little bit under the weather. I am feeling better, but I think my brain is still gonna take some time before operating at full capacity. I feel cold to go and drink some creatine about it. Maybe while I wait for you friends to join me in this space, I can do that. You hold the space for me. I'm gonna run quickly. Consume some creatine. You want some as well, Joe? Some creatine. Do you want some creatine? I'm gonna give her a second to finish up. I don't know if I consumed mine yesterday. I probably should have, but... Man. Okay. Oh, got it. Some creatine and multivitamins inside my systems. Hey, Sam. Sam says, good morning, folks. What are we doing today? Nothing. We're cleaning that middle room. That's the plan I have. We spent some time 2 days ago tackling Zoe's room. And now we're supposed to do that middle one. The room on its way to...
Dan's room.
Yeah. What?
Dan's room. It's Dan's room. For when he comes and visits.
No.
Oh, the middle room. Room.
Yeah.
I'll take it back.
Yes, no.
That's the yoga room.
It would be a little bit awkward. Like, you would basically be sleeping in the same room as us if you were sleeping in that middle room.
It's basically a hallway.
Mm.
It's a glorified hallway.
It's basically a mini hallway. Yeah, it could be like a nice little office space, yoga room, yeah.
Office space. Maybe we can take this computer desk and put it
in the corner.
It fits in there.
Put the tripod up on top of the desk for a good angle.
Something like that.
You want to join me or you want to go sit outside?
I want to sit outside.
It is comfortable enough to do so. Yeah, let's go sit outside. You want to pick a spot? I don't know. Like, I would ideally like to sit in the grass, but we don't have any. I don't know if we have anything to sit in the grass with. Want to do blanket in the grass?
I can go find a spot. I was just thinking out here on the porch.
Okay. It might have been, like, maybe you can feel the cushions. They were getting rained on when we had rain yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a wee bitty. Lucy. I'll just read Lucy. Hey, Lucy. Hey. It's nice having you here. Welcome to you, friends. Maybe one of you can tell me if you're also dealing with flu-like symptoms. Am I the only one? Me and Joe have been a little bit under the weather. Yesterday.
They're fine.
Huh?
It's good.
Feel good? I'm done. You want to put this microphone on?
I can go scout to other spots if you don't want those spots.
If you want to sit on the porch, I'm down for that. I just don't think it's going to be... Like, they won't see anything. It's going to be... like
They'll hear birds.
They'll hear birds. It's true, yeah.
There is...
I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Yeah. Well, if you're gonna be sick, and this is something we wanted to do yesterday, is overdosing basically yourself with garlic.
But that's good as we learned. We were going to do that last night, but we realized it was a preventative thing.
If you notice yourself starting to get sick, eating 6 to 8 cloves of garlic crushed and then waiting for 10 minutes before you consume it is apparently a remedy that helps you fight off infection.
An immunity booster.
An immunity booster.
Kickstarts your immune system, gets those fighter T cells all geared and in action.
That's right. Let's see how the outside looks. Literally, I like look towards the outside and my sinuses start to... Oh, maybe it's the brightness. Sam was like, you sound like shit. Did you say that? Sound like crap. That's basically the same thing. Yeah, I'm definitely not at my peak performance right now. I can say that much. Getting some sunlight. I need to go put on some sunscreen. I'm gonna be out here.
My darling.
I can't be in the sun.
I guess I'll just take over stream
Yep,
and
it's
it'll
your
be
stream
my
now.
stream now. Hello, everybody. It is me, the Joe. It's bright out here and I can't see anything because of all this brightness. Ugh. Let me go find a spot that's nice. I don't know. Anywho, overdosing yourself with garlic. It's not actually possible, fam. Sam knows. You had that penicillin, Italian penicillin soup. Is that what you called it? You know, I forgot about that recipe and I need to re-jog my notes. Remember the recipe because I've not actually tried it yet. Hello, Isabella and Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Are you interested in the ways of the gods? Do you wish to be like them? It's a good question. I like to believe that we have a lot of things in common, and you know, there's a lot of things that we don't have in common. And so, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now. Melt just took off to put sunscreen on because he's afraid of the sun. Anywho, guys, how is your morning? It's Sunday. I don't know what the stream topic is, but we did some yoga this morning. We're out here watching some birds. Hopefully you can catch the mockingbirds. Oh my goodness, the mockingbirds out here are crazy. I have my Merlin app out every now and again, and the mockingbirds, like, the Merlin app, what it does is it's a song sparrow. The Merlin app identifies the bird calls and like it'll show up and give you a notification of like what bird it is. Song sparrow. And the mockingbird does a really good impression of the blue jay. I'm just talking about birds.
I could hear it from afar. You did talk about hearing the birdies out here.
Yeah, so Isabella's hearing the birds. They are singing.
Hey, Isabella.
It's afternoon in Lucy's neck of the woods.
Afternoon. It must be in South Africa or something. It could be.
England.
Do you want to sit on this chair and I sit on this one? Maybe I'll have to go get my tablet so I have an And this is not a part of my normal flow.
Hello, friends. We're having coffee outside. Where are you coming from, Isabella and Lucy, in the afternoon times? Thanks for sitting and having coffee with us. Didn't realize they did. The birds? Oh, like the who's they? Is that Goobert? Who is this? Brian. I'm 12. I'm off 12. Oh, geez. Thanks, Sam. United States. Isabella's in the States. Melt's in the States, too, now.
How is it possible this afternoon for her then?
Oh, it's not Isabella. It's Lucy.
Oh, okay.
Who's actually Nikki.
An actual Nikki. Well, we're all friends here. You can tell us what name you want us to call you, and we will do so. Man, there's already some interesting comments in the chat. I see.
Yeah, I think that's natural.
That's how it be.
Your poor sniffly nose.
I still don't feel like I am
Not at a hundo.
at my optimal performance, but I didn't wake up literally feeling like I'm gonna die. Like yesterday was rough.
So this is the sickest you think you've been, and
No, sickest I've been since getting to America, and sickest I've been since I had COVID in 2023.
oh man.
Yeah, I don't get sick like this much, but I don't get into contact with people regularly, so I think that's also a big part of it.
Those spider T cells are
They're
they're building their library.
Oh yeah, definitely gaining a lot more perspective.
Perspective.
It's like, oh wow, there's a lot of shiznit out here that's trying to attack my immune system at all times.
All of these birds are like, why are you sitting on this porch? I have my food here. Maybe they'll learn that we're okay as long as we stop like moving around and stuff.
They do have a little bird feeder that Joe has set up for them. Well, I had set up for them, but Joe asked me to do it, so that's basically her doing it.
It was a joint effort.
It's true.
I took it down from where it was. You ratchet strapped it to the pole.
Yep. It's pretty good there. I don't know if you noticed, but I lifted it up and moved it off its axis. So it has a...
Oh, I did too. I tried to get the squirrel to stop, stealing and thieving and hogging the whole thing, but squirrel's gonna do what squirrel's gonna do.
The squirrel's gonna squirrel.
Squirrel be squirreling.
Yeah, it's just cold enough for it to not be hot. Right, like this is for me like the temperature at which I'll start to look at putting more clothing on, but I could feel like I'm feeling very giddy being outside right now is what I'm saying actually. It's like this is nice.
This is good yoga doing weather.
This is perfect yoga weather.
Perfect.
Man. There's a lot of comments. You read through most of these?
I'm awful at reading comments.
Sam is like overdosing yourself with garlic. That's not actually possible, fam. It actually is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not overdose.
Yeah.
Like overdose in the way that it actually starts harming you in the body?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. Where it starts giving you gastrointestinal issues. And in fact, it has the qualities of being a what's the word? It's a specific word for stopping your body from clotting blood. So you can like have blood in your stool and stuff if you overdose on garlic.
Gee. My goodness. You're having a hard time.
This is great. I'm loving it. This is wonderful. I'm crying because I'm so happy.
Are you allergic to the world? Are these allergies? Should I get you decongestant?
No, this is great. I'm just crying a little bit.
About being able to overdose on garlic?
Yes, it's very emotional when you eat garlic.
See, I always get attached to the onions, and then it's all downhill from there.
She gets attached to the onions, I get attached to the garlic. We're sensitive people. It's like that's the hardest part about being hippie vegans like us, is getting up in the morning to
I have some Claritin.
to milk the almonds. I might need some, but I think I'm fine. I'm just, my immune system is being a little bit dramatic. We have Lucy saying, you look amazing, thanks. I'm pretty sure you were talking about her.
Nah, I think she was talking about you. That was before I got on camera.
Are you interested in the ways of the gods, and do you wish to be like them? That's a fucking cool comment. I like that.
Interested in the ways of the gods. Definitely interested in them. Do I wish to be like them? I'll find that out once I, learn a little bit more about them. Are they mean? Are they mean gods?
I mean,
are they unkind gods?
I think about the gods. I think about the Hindu gods, actually, weirdly enough.
Yeah, definitely I'm interested in them.
Yes,
they're kind of cool.
They're mean.
They're very mean.
They're very mean.
Yeah.
Shiva literally made their equivalent of Cupid cease to exist because he dared make Shiva fall in love.
Yeah, that's right. Because Cupid he flew with parrots. Like he had parrots, right? Isn't that right?
This is pretty much something like that. And then he was like, oh yeah,
Shiva needs to fall
he
in
needs
love.
he needs some love in his. Burp. Fucking opens his third eye. A beam of
And just
fire comes out of his third eye. Just eviscerates. You
no more
in
Cupid.
a line where that dude used to stand.
It wasn't technically Cupid. He had a different name,
Yeah, let's
but
see.
it was basically Cupid.
I wanna like.
And he flew around with green parrots or something like that. Like he was transported by parrots, I'm pretty sure.
Can you tell us about the Hindu equivalent of Cupid and how he came to an end? What was he like before he died? I wonder if they're gonna be like,
Did he
oh,
did
first
he
and foremost, he didn't exist. In the Hindu mythology, the equivalent of Cupid is Kamadeva,
Come on,
the
Eva.
god of human love and desire. He is a fascinating figure whose story is both romantic and tragic.
It's a tragic comedy.
The end of Kamadeva, the wrath of
A
Shiva.
tragic comedy, Eva.
It is a little bit. Before his dramatic end, Kamadeva was depicted as a perpetually young, handsome man who rode a parrot
Told you, I knew that one.
and carried a bow
It's like a green
made of
parrot.
sugar cane.
Oh, he sounds like me.
His bowstring was a row of humming bees, and he
Oh
fired
man.
five flower-tipped arrows, each representing a different effect of love on the senses, such as infatuation or heartbreak. He was often accompanied by his wife Rati, the goddess of passion, and his friend Vasanta, the personification of spring. Unlike the Western Cupid, who was often a mischievous child, Kamadeva was a sophisticated, celestial being whose primary role was to ensure the continuation of the world through attraction. And
Ooh.
then the end of Kamadeva, the wrath of Shiva. The most famous story involving Kamadeva is his death at the hands of Lord Shiva. The disturbance. The demon Tarakasura was terrorizing the gods, and a prophecy stated that only a son of Shiva could beat him. However, Shiva was in a deep state of profound,
Oh yeah, he was meditating.
world-denying meditation. He was like, "No, like not Kali,
He was just quiet. He was
Rati.
just like, the world's gonna happen the way the world happens, and
Well,
it might happen.
his beloved's dad killed his own daughter.
That's right. And so he was just like, I'm never gonna do anything
I'm
again. I'm
actually
just
never
going
gonna
to
love
meditate.
again. Meditates for 1,000 years on a mountain. So yeah, he was in a world-denying meditation following the death of his first wife, Sati. There we go. To wake him up so that he can fall in love with Parvati, Sati's reincarnation, the gods sent Kamadeva to intervene. The arrow. Kamadeva crept into the snowy heights of the Himalayas where Shiva sat in meditation. He waited for the perfect moment and fired an arrow
Into like his leg, right?
of mango blossoms
Ooh.
at Shiva's heart.
Oh, it's at his heart.
I love mangoes. Like that it touches this part of my brain. I'm like, yes, of course. Of course, mango blossoms. Not anything else. Must be mango blossoms at Shiva's heart. The arrow worked. Shiva's meditation was broken, and his desire was stirred. And then the incineration. Shiva, furious at being manipulated and distracted from his ascetic path, opened his third eye and a beam of pure cosmic fire shot out, instantly reducing Kamadeva to a pile of ashes.
Oh, at least there was something left. For some reason, I thought he just
Not even
out of
ash was
existence.
left. Yeah, the fact that ashes left means there was at least some substance there. The event earned Kamadeva the name Ananga, meaning the bodiless.
Oh,
He became disembodied. Can you imagine being so angry you open your third eye and a beam
wow.
of pure cosmic fire shoots out of it, eviscerating the person?
Changing his
you're
name
angry
to the
at?
bodiless, though. And now it's like,
He
you
did
can't.
get reborn. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, getting reborn. I was gonna say, can you not exist in that way? I
The
mean,
bodiless state. The end of it
now
is
he
the
is.
rebirth, the aftermath. The story doesn't end in ashes, because following Kamadeva's death, his wife Rati and Pravati pleaded with Shiva for mercy. Shiva eventually relented, but with a twist. Of course, the gods are mean. They're like, yeah, like, I don't know if you know, but Shiva killed one of his beloved's children because he was spying on him while he was bathing or something like that. He was curious. He was like, what's happening there? And then he chopped his head off, literally. Like, just whoosh. the dead body drops, and then his wife was like, "Oh my god, because you killed my kid!" And he was like, "Don't worry." And then he puts a elephant head
Oh
on the
yeah,
pot, and
Ganesh.
then it becomes Ganesh. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Hindu gods. So the twist is the spiritual form.
I didn't know she was the reason why Ganesh had an elephant head like that.
Shiva is crazy. The Kamadeva was allowed to live on, but only as a formless spirit. This symbolizes that love and desire are not physical objects, but invisible forces that pervade the entire universe. And then the reincarnation. Mythology later states that Kamadeva was born as Pradyumna, the son of Krishna, allowing him to then regain physical form in a different era. Yeah. I love these stories. They're so fun to me.
They are fun stories.
They're so fun. Very curious. Would be cool being a Hindu god. So yes, your question of
It's a lot of responsibility to be a god. So use your responsibility wisely.
especially if you're
God
that powerful.
responsibly. If you're going to be like the gods, then God responsibly.
Are you interested in the ways of the gods, and do you wish to be like them? Thank you for that comment, Phil. I hope that you were here to hear the aftermath.
I don't think so. That comment's old AF.
Probably not. The Italian penicillin soup recipe is available online. I think it's also in the Discord.
I think it's in the
somewhere.
Discord. I was talking about the Italian penicillin soup for getting us all better and whatnot.
That's nice. Isabella starting with, "I love the Lord.
The Lord is love.
Birds are singing." I didn't realize they did.
Probably something about.
You're getting goosebumpy.
You see my goosebumps.
You want some blanket?
Okay, don't worry about me. I'll take care of myself.
You hear that? That's like, yes, I please want blanket. Go and get me one right now. Should I get you a blanket?
No.
I mean, I'm kind of cold. And
So you're projecting.
And you have like
I love this
40
weather.
pounds less mass than me. So
Yeah.
surely you have to be
I'll
cold
take care
too.
of me.
Sure.
I'm good. I love this weather.
Love
I
is
might get
cute.
goosebumps, but I'm just like embracing it. I'm here for the experience.
I'm from Africa. He doesn't.
Oh,
feel
Lucy's
the
from
spirit.
Africa.
Why do
I
the
mean,
gods...
Nikki.
Well, and here's Phil again. Why do the gods look down on humans?
Do they?
Do you look down on ants? On a literal level, if you're standing up tall, you're literally looking down at the ants. But that doesn't make you any more grand than they are. It just means you have a different perspective. That's the way I see it. If you think the gods are looking down on you, it's
If
just...
they look down on us, that must mean they're above.
It means they
But
have a
then-
different perspective.
But then also, I'm like, do they look down on us? Who are we to say how they're looking at us? I don't know. I haven't asked them.
If you think about the Greek gods, the Greek gods hated humanity. Like, they
Like, you know what? I continue to look through the eyes of curiosity rather than judgment.
It's true. I mean, we are the humans in this analogy, so it would be
So
better
who
to
am
be
I to
curious.
say that they're looking down on me? And
I mean, who are we to say that they exist at all? I think that's the
same.
that's where it ends with.
Same.
Right.
So like, who am I to say that they're looking down on us? And you know, if I feel like that's a limiting belief.
This
Oh,
is
squirrel's
squirrel.
here.
Oh wait, dude.
Oh, wait, squirrel.
Oh wait, squirrel. He is curious about us. He does this thing where he peeks over the stairs and he's like,
He knows we're here.
he lives in this tree. Yeah. I just realized that we have the same glasses.
Womp 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 womp.
Both of you liking birds too.
They're good glasses. I think they're like a -4 in prescription or something.
Good morning. I'm from Texas. Hello, Ernesto. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Ernesto.
It's nice having you here.
One day we'll make our way to Texas.
There's one guy that went, "This is the third kind of gay."
Wait till we show you the fourth.
And then Sam is like, "You're so familiar with the first and second kinds of gay that you feel qualified calling on the third kind of gay." I mean, the person next
Sam's
to you
like,
is the female. She looks amazing. Yeah, Sam will let you know, bro. Like, you can't walk
no,
away.
thank you, Lucy.
That is
Nikki.
a woman, you knuckle dragger. She does it in a good way.
Thank you.
I know that she seems sweet. She really is.
You're sweet.
Joe is a sweetheart. Please buy me soccer boots. I'll buy you soccer
Ooh.
boots if you buy
Soccer
me
boots with the like cleats in them. Are those the ones that have like the pointy spikes?
I don't know if they allow you to do pointy spikes in soccer, but they might. I know in rugby we have something called toks. We call them toks, and
Duckies?
it's like maybe it's like steel studded.
Yeah, I've
Literally.
seen those. I've seen
Yeah.
those, and I think people do use them in like running sports. And I think at least I've seen people use them in high school soccer.
I've seen them used to
They
step on
look
dudes'
dangerous.
hands.
Ugh, why would you put that
I'm
image in
so
my
sorry.
brain? You're a mess.
I never played rugby because of
You put
that.
that image in all of our
I'm so
brains.
sorry. Like rugby was not is not a sport for people that care about their bodies. Like like I've heard some rough stuff where like a dude comes and brings his new togs to school and I'm like, oh wow, what are you gonna do with those? And it's like
Step on your face.
I'm gonna step on people's hands with these. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Cursed.
You need to be put in a fucking asylum.
My chiropractor is from South Africa, and she was an ex-rugby player. So like, you can imagine whenever she like, cracks my back and everything, I'm just like, okay, brace myself.
You should go and check. I see her again.
I
We
need
drove
to.
past her the other day, right?
Yeah, she's sweetie.
Where are you from? I'm from South Africa. She's from
Indiana.
Indiana.
I'm a Hoosier.
Now both of us are Hoosiers. What's your thoughts on the spiritual turf wars? Hey, Phil is still here. That's been going on to change the world order.
Jeez, the spiritual turf wars. That's a way to
You're asking
define
some
it.
really good questions, Phil.
Yeah, Phil's coming in hot. Yeah, the spiritual turf wars. Man, I have thoughts.
I'm here to listen to your thoughts.
But like that's such a loaded question because like whenever you talk about things that have such subtle, deep, real, like there's so much beneath it that I feel like you have to like speak with it with a lot of discernment, a lot of consideration. And so the things that you say about it, like there are things that almost even have to be canon because it's one of those the spiritual pursuit is unending.
Yeah.
Right? Forever. It's like it's going to be one of those things that we as humans will continue to pursue. And it's going to mean something different to every single one of us. And all of us are wanting to come together. We share words and we share things out of this need to come together, right? So the turf war of spirit, like, what do I think on the turf war? I think it's somebody to use spirituality to gain leverage over the common people. And I think that there's a lot of people that try to do that.
I think that's beautifully said. I think when I hear a question like that, I try to define first what is in our collective mind for someone to say such a thing. And then I usually start by comparing almost that comment to what I've seen is the arising sentiment. And what I've noticed is that there's literally, at this point in politics, the sentiment that either you're on my side and you're trying to support my goals, or you're literally demon possessed. I'm not joking right now, Joe. Like legit, that's the current census happening in the political. You're demon possessed. Literally, Satan is controlling you through demons, and I need to do anything in my power to make sure that you don't win. Right?
I hear you.
Like-
I think that's one of the many viewpoints out there for sure.
Maybe we can ask Phil directly. Is that what you mean when you ask the question about the spiritual turf war? Do you feel like we're literally fighting for our world? Do you think it's just humans we're fighting, or do you believe that there's like demonic entities fighting against us as well? Because again,
That's a very niche point of view though. Like that is yeah, sure. There are definitely many people out there that believe that for sure. I mean,
I was raised in a Christian household as
oh
well.
yeah, and that is a very widespread. Like there are very many Christians out in the world.
In the Christian teaching, it goes your
In
strife.
a Christian teaching.
No, it's literally in the Bible. It goes, your battle, your strijd, is niet teen vlees en bloed nie, maar teen die bose geeste in die lig. Which I'm not exactly sure about the English translation of it, but it directly translates to your battle in this world isn't against flesh and blood, but against the evil spirits in the air. Right? Like that's a line from the Bible.
Okay, so I do want to say that is sure a line that's been translated probably from Sanskrit first. which is a very loaded language. Like Sanskrit is,
Well, Hebrew technically, but yeah.
don't, well, I thought it was Sanskrit.
I've heard you say that a few times, but
Oh, well,
no.
I'm wrong.
Yes.
Hebrew. Well, Hebrew itself is another language that is like dated.
And very complicated as well. Like they have words
Yeah, that
that
mean
denominate.
very many different things. So,
Exactly.
like, if you want to, there's people that literally spend their lives, years and years of their lives, studying this language. And there's so many different interpretations of it. So, yeah, that is a teaching, and people will hold on to that and say, this means this. But again, it's an individual experience for every single person. So, every single person is going to look at it in a different way.
Yeah, fine.
Right? So there might be churches, like a whole church that teaches like 30 people that like this is what this line means, but the church next to it's going to teach it something different.
Or not teach at
So
all.
or not teach it at all. So like saying demons in the air could mean like just feelings that arise within you. Right? There's so many different ways to interpret it. So to say that like this is what's happening, it's like, yeah, that's one of the many different ways that it could be happening. But who are we to know? Because we're just little people out here in our little lens looking through our little keyhole, that of which is this world.
Like it's beautiful that you say that because like one of the big reasons that people are feeling these things right now is because of all of the UFO stuff that's happening as well, where the aliens, and we are more and more convinced that there are aliens, but the aliens aren't the way that we are, like fleshy things living in this world with us. They are these hyperdimensional beings, right? And I'm not even joking. The US government, I'm pretty sure JD Vance himself has said something like that, where he's convinced that they're demons. They're not aliens, they're demons.
What? I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I hear you.
it's
I
wild what's
hear
happening in the
you.
world right now. It is
But
like
it's one of those things where it's like, you got to be careful about what it is exactly that you say, because is William said, as soon as you start a sentence
say
with
they.
they, you're wrong.
I'm gonna get us little covers for these microphones. That might be getting some windburst.
Anyways, where are we at here? Say it ain't so. Whoa, whoa.
We could expect.
Says Spooky Knuckles. Spooky Knuckles is singing some Weezer over here.
Singing Weezer.
This group, Sam says, has moved closer to the source of wisdom than those who wage spiritual turf wars. We don't believe in separation like that. Pew, pew. It's cultural dogma. Pew, pew. There is
Thank
no
you.
separation.
That's what I've been getting at. I appreciate you saying that.
Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Because
Again,
I think you're saying scary things.
no, I'm saying like again, the world as it is right now. If you look at the world census, the people in power, because of their, as you said, looking through a keyhole, right? They can only see what their projection tells them that is. When what we've known this whole time is that there is no separation, right? It's all one. And if there is something, if there are aliens or even multidimensional entities, if we have to have a whole new denomination for what we call them, they're the same thing as we are. They're just further along in their evolutionary path, right? And you can look at that thing disembodied, existing in a whole other plane of existence, and you can be like, demons, must be demons. And if you think about the way that we have been raised as a society, and if you think about American indoctrination into the Christian dogma from a very young age, and you have, as you said, like churches upon churches, and parents upon parents, and grandparents upon grandparents telling you that that stuff, that if you don't know what it is, it's probably demons, right? It makes sense that we find ourselves in this spiritual turf war that we're in right now because we're confused. We're like all pointing guns at ourselves, at each other, right? Because nobody feels safe right now. And if you think about like war as an overarching kind of like, I don't know if you know, but there was a ceasefire. They just had a 22-hour talk.
And they're back at it.
They're back at it again. Yeah. So in
I don't
that
know.
way,
I think we're digressing a lot. I think we're really straying from the point. Because, like, there's so many different religions out there. And so when we start to target one and say, like, the Christian religion says that it's demons, it's like, how many religions were, like, in the space that you were, right? Didn't you say there was, like, 11? Yeah, Christianity.
like you have a bunch of denominations.
We have a bunch of denominations for sure, but I'm talking about whenever you were living in South Africa, the native religions and things that were
They're
practiced there.
also Christians. Like
Really?
you have something called like ancestral kind of like belief systems as well, where they believe that their ancestors are the ones watching over them. But even in the African population, Christianity is the dominant religion.
Yeah, Christianity is very widespread, but like again, I think there's just so many ways to like it. It's different to every single person. Spirituality is different to every single person, right? And we grew up in a predominantly Christian. We as Westerners,
Yeah.
Western is very predominantly Christian, whereas there's the Eastern is very 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 different. And like they don't even like recognize our medical system the same way. There's so many different things going on between East and West.
So maybe if I'm gonna, instead of like seeing it as we're getting off of topic, why I'm sharing from my perspective, like the Western perspective, is because so much of our media, right, so much of our music, so much of our art, so much of our food, so much of our science, so much of our, like, at this point, AI development started here in America, right? So the people building these things, building the media, building the food, building the AI, building, came from this background, right?
Right. Well, I
That's
mean,
what I mean with that's why we're fighting the spiritual turf war, is because we've been confused. All of us have been very convinced of things that none of us know anything about.
all I'm saying is we're just young, dumb kids, and we really don't know much. And our job here is to observe without judgment. Like, who are we to say how the gods look upon us? Who are we to say why these things are happening? We're just some 30-year-olds. Like, we really don't know. We're babies on this planet. This world has been playing this game for long before we were doing it. So like for us to like say that this is how it is, like it seems a little naive for me.
What I'm saying is that it isn't the way we're saying it is. All right, like I'm kind of like letting myself be in that don't know mind, and just understanding why people have come to the conclusions they've come to, right? Like understanding what it is in culture and in upbringing that pushes a person towards those kinds of thinkings, right? Like it takes a long time for you to get there, and it's almost like you have to take steps away from the truth, right, to get to that kind of like point of belief. And there's like layers as well. Again, if these entities were demons, right, and they could send literal probes as drones to our planet, it means that they have the power to just kill everybody right now, right? But what we think of as a demon is something that would do that. If a demon had the
Demon,
power,
right? So
right, they would
like
just.
demon, alien, all of these things that we can't even measure. These are literally just concepts for us. So to like say a thing is a thing without having any measurable.
Okay, so a demon, in the biblical sense, is one of the underlings to the big bad who is Satan,
I
right?
get it. No, I need you to hear what I'm saying though. Like I know what a demon is. Like I can't say I know what a demon is, but I have my interpretation of what a demon
We
is.
have a little
I have my
pocket in our heads.
interpretation of what an alien is, but that's relevant to how I've grown up and seen things. Same for you, same for anybody else. Like everybody has this interpretation of what this thing is, kind
Right.
of like almost like a perceived value system. What means respectful to me could mean something could be disrespectful for you. For example, somebody taps you on the shoulder, right? For some people that could be like, "Whoa, how dare you invade my space? Like how dare you, that's disrespectful for you to get my attention by grabbing my shoulder like that." But to the other person that's like, "Oh, that's a completely normal way to get somebody's attention," right? Perceived
So
perception, how perception takes a play in like what something is.
the perception that I'm calling to our minds right now is, where did that perception come from? You said you have in your mind an idea about what a demon is, or what an alien is, or what an angel is, and I'm asking, where does that perception come from? Right? And my point is that perception comes from our society and the communities we find ourselves growing up in. Right? So every single person has, as you said,
Bye, Lucy.
a different idea about what that is. But I think all of us are wrong.
Bye, Goobert.
Is Gobs here?
Yeah.
Can we put it like this? You can both see. It was nice having you. Sud dude and do that. Hey Gobs, it's nice having you. Can you speak Afrikaans? Jeg kan afrikansk bra. Afrikaans is eigenlijk mijn eerste taal. There we go. Yeah, ants bite though. We can't bite the gods. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Why would the gods look down upon us if we don't have the ability to bite them?
Goofy.
My brother plays rugby at school. We are both from South Africa. Bless South Africa.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, says BMW.
BMW.
I mean, between the triune system and the wisdom system, Shekinah.
I would like to explore that further.
I'm
Those are
curious as well. The triune.
eventually.
You don't want to do it now?
Oh yeah, not now.
Okay. Yes, I'm
they'll
aware, Phil.
Maybe they'll explain it later in chat.
Could be cool. What we have come to understand is that religion, spirituality, isn't meant to guide the practitioner to a deeper understanding. It's meant to guide the practitioner to a deeper understanding called the Eightfold Path. Yeah, go and search the Eightfold Path, and if you feel like you can absolutely disagree with all of that, then you need more help than religion can offer as well.
I'd say, I'd not say that.
I'm
I'd say
poking
come
fun.
back and tell me what you found.
And every last other thing outside of that central truth is noise. Hello, y'all. Can't forget the Persian
Parmesan.
Parmesan Sam, the vitamin P. That's one of the most chaotic daring comments I've seen. What happens when a robot goes crazy? Renell is really curious about crazy robots. I've seen this.
What is it? What is a crazy robot?
I mean, a crazy robot is a robot who has hallucinated and then has.
Because robots can hallucinate.
And I've become convinced of its own hallucinations as fact. That is a crazy robot in my mind.
Then it just becomes a deviant.
Mm-hmm.
Play Detroit, become human. That's
That game is gonna
that'll
scare
show you what happens when a robot
becomes a little crazy.
Theoretically, what can happen when a robot goes crazy?
I mean, I think I'm getting
Deviating
goosebumps.
from his program.
This is a little bit of spoilers, but I think the only robot that went crazy in that game was her name Lucy as well? The feminine caretaker?
She didn't go crazy for me.
That one went crazy in my mind, right? Like she became a mother to a robot.
You.
I mean, she didn't.
There was one that did go crazy. Remember that guy that was like in the house?
Right. He did. Yeah. I mean, again.
I saved him. He lived for me. Everybody lived in that game for me. Not one character died. I got a super rare. What do they call it? The achievement that like everybody survives. The ultra rare
I
achievement.
think I killed some people, unfortunately. Not on purpose, just by missing quick time events. And we did go back and retry the quick time events as well. What's your thoughts on the different governing systems of the flesh versus soul versus spirit versus wisdom? 666-777-888 and 999. Phil asking real cool questions. I like these kinds of questions, Phil.
Phil's coming in hot today.
Different governing systems of flesh versus soul versus spirit versus wisdom.
Different governing systems.
If I have to do it like in this, I can give you the thoughts of how I place importance upon these things. I do show up from a place of like reasoning, so I would like to believe that there's an element of wisdom to my systems. Then the spirit, right? The fact that I am this almost like larger than body thing that exists as flesh. Then there's soul, and I feel like that is almost the pursuit of enriching yourself. Like spirit is almost the ultimate sense. It's like talking about a tree, and then soul will be the way that tree expresses itself, the way the branches grow.
What's the governing
flowers.
systems over these things, though? Like, how is he's talking about the governing systems over them?
He's telling me on the thoughts on the different governing systems, and I'm saying that you have governing systems inside yourself.
Over these things?
Yeah, and that's the way I'm kind of like walking through it. And then flesh, finally, is like taking care of that tree, right? Like cutting dead branches and putting mulch on the ground for the tree's roots, right? So, like, and again, taking care of the flesh will ensure that your soul gets to bloom, and then making sure your soul blooms is enriching to the spirit, and then that, of course, has a reason. There's a overarching reason as to why we're supposed to do that, and for me, that's love. We're supposed to ensure that there's more love, right? Whatever that word means to you at the end of existence than not.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's such a another like really deep question because I think of governing systems of the flesh. What is a governing system of the flesh? Is that the community that we find ourselves in?
It's like food, water, sleep. That's the governing systems of the flesh. Because that governs you. If you don't sleep, if you don't eat,
You're so certain.
like that's what governs your flesh, literally. That is.
I hear you. I'm opening it up for interpretation to see I hear that that's how you've interpreted it, but I'm like thinking governing systems of the flesh, governing systems of the spirit, and governing systems of wisdom, right? Governing systems of wisdom. Who's governing the wisdom like that we are able to have access to? Because there is a governing system over what we do have access to, and of course there is within ourselves as well. Like we are our governing system over all of those things. That's what I'm hearing you say. But there is more than that as well. So I'm like zooming out to be like, what do you think of the governing systems of that are outside of ourselves, right?
In moments like these, I like to draw up extremes where if I had to move to the middle of a forest or, right, all humanity has to perish suddenly, inexplicably, and I'm completely alone, there will still be governing systems of wisdom, governing systems of spirit, of soul, of flesh, right? And those systems remain unchanged, even if there are people outside of me, right? There has to be some ultimate
Yeah,
truth in
but
that
we
way.
are here now. And so he's asking our interpretation. It's like, so being
So
here now, what do we think about these
that's
things?
why I'm sharing it from that perspective, because we don't know where that person lives in that way, what wisdom they have access to. We don't know what state their body is in, and flesh. We don't know what relationship they have with soul and spirit, if they're religious or not religious. And my point is that it doesn't matter, because outside of all of those things, there's still a governing system inside of you, right? It's like all of this tries to access this governing system, tries to steer in a certain direction who it is you think you're supposed to be, right? Trying to govern your spirit, kind of thing.
Not wearing sandals, the Bronson.
Is she
Yeah.
wearing sandals?
Yeah, I think I hear you. Like ultimately, we are the governing system. Like this flesh vehicle is the governing system over all of those things. Ultimately, that's what we
As
have.
above, so below, kind of thing.
That's what we have control over. Or that's the governing system that we can do. Yeah, I hear you. It was just a little
Unclear.
abstract. We'll say
Abstract.
abstract.
Definitely. I can agree with that at least. We have Sam saying, "Do you really think I don't know what you're just trying to stir shit up? How old are you? Do your parents know you're here right now?" He's 30 in that tank top and flip flops. I'm not 30 yet,
That
but
was just the average between us.
I'll still, I'll
We're
still,
30
I'll still get there,
collectively.
spooky knuckles. I'll still wear this kind of clothes. Behind the
Dude.
veil of religion exists the ladder of spirituality and wisdom. He said the same thing. Phil knows what I'm saying. Religion is controlled by different systems of spirituality, emphasizing wisdom either via only the flesh, soul,
Ah,
or spirit. Thank you. Yes. Right. And there's,
he says it in a way that I definitely see it in a, yeah.
we get Gap saying,
Saying religion is controlled by different systems of spirituality. So, like, addressing the different systems that only are emphasized through flesh,
well,
soul,
I
or
think
spirit.
here he's saying religion is controlled by differences in spirituality, emphasizing wisdom,
Yeah,
either via only.
yes.
Like
Yeah, that's what I said.
it's very limited of a way of seeing. It's like if you don't do this with your flesh, then your soul is gonna burn in hell forever, kind of thing, right? And it's like what that looks like is very determined.
It's separated.
Yes, it's like very clearly defined in religious systems. We got Gab saying, I saw Lamb of God in concert on Friday. It was an outdoor venue, it rained, I wore a beer bucket on my head, and the circle pit was slippery.
Oh man,
That sound,
that is so awesome.
him
Oh
saying,
my gosh, the circle pit. Were
it
you in
was,
it? Were you like
he's literally
circling?
saying
Hell
that. It
yeah.
was fun running in circles, bouncing off wet, shirtless men, falling down and getting picked back up. as well as picking up others. It was all love and a little gay.
A little gay. Just enough gay.
Just a bit of gay.
It's
For
perfectly gay.
perfectly amount of gays. For instance, as says Phil further, I see a correlation between the system that requires black blood
Oh, he
sacrifice
didn't
in
say
Egypt,
black. You-
blood sacrifice in Egypt, with the half man, half animal hybrids,
I'm
and to
like
the
my poor
doctrine
neighbors
which
right now.
emphasizes salvation through incarnation in, like the Christian religion. That one, I need to read that one again to understand the full context.
Read that one a little quiet so my neighbors aren't like freaking out about
For
like.
instance, I see a correlation between the systems that require blood sacrifice in Egypt with the half man, half animal hybrids, and to the doctrine which emphasizes salvation through incarnation in religion. So I think what he's saying is that the same kind of like systems of thinking that led the Egyptians to make blood sacrifices is the same systems of thinking that's leading people to try and create animal human hybrids.
Okay.
Right, and I can agree with that because that is happening actually. Like they are doing that because they want to find out a way to grow organs so that we can provide them to people, and that's why they do the whole half human, half animal hybrid. You don't know about that?
No.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, that's happening.
I mean, I've kind of heard about it a little bit.
Mm.
Like I've heard of like the growing organs in a vat kind of thing, trying to grow like in unsentient organs, basically. Yeah, I've heard about
Still,
that.
still at this point, easier to grow them inside animals than growing them inside vats. It's like the animal is the vat kind of thing.
Man, that's so
Pretty grim.
grim.
Pretty rough. That's true what you're saying, Phil. Yeah, dude, Melt, you were looking jacked. When did
You
you
are
build
looking
those
jacked.
muscles?
We're both over here like working out all the time. We did how many squats the day before yesterday?
We did like 100 and no, 120 I think
Yeah.
squats the day before yesterday. Our legs are feeling it. I've been this jacked the whole time. I just hide my
No, you've been looking extra jacked lately.
it's all of this. I have to. She makes me carry her around everywhere.
If only.
She doesn't. She
You haven't
refuses
carried
to.
me in a
She
while.
refuses to use her legs.
I like being carried.
It's true. Ain't put a single shekel in the pot yet. You just should fuck down and get your brain cracked open. It's too early. I'm day drinking at Coachella. Coachella's happening right now.
Nice.
Some say love. It is a flower. Interesting, Spooky
What's up,
Knuckles.
Kid D?
Hey, Kid D is here
Hey,
with us
Moon
too.
Moon.
Moon, Kid D. Moon is the one who called me Jack.
Mhm.
The governing systems also relate to the different concepts of the trees of life as well. Yeah, I feel like we can have a whole day's worth of
I was
conversations.
gonna say
Phil.
we need to get on a phone call
It
with
would be
Phil.
fun. Happy feet.
Christopherson.
Wiki feet. No, Wiki feet beaver. That's I think my feet are officially on fucking Wiki feet. Stop it, dude. Stop doing it. Like
At least pay him.
he's doing it right now. He's fucking zooming into the stream, taking screenshots of it. Stop, oh. Stop it. I bet his Tinder profile was crazy. I don't think No, I did at one point. I think when I was 19, I had a Tinder profile. So it's
I think
been
I,
a decade.
I definitely did have a Tinder profile, but I played it like a game. It was not the way that you're supposed to use Tinder, and I don't condone it.
Yeah, this is
I wasn't actually. I was playing it out of curiosity.
the cool thing is that she can just play this game and still probably
I never actually
meet a
met
bunch
people.
of people. But the joke I'm trying to make is the fact that for women it can be a game. For men it's like softer. It's like just
Yeah.
softer. A bit tired. Had a lot of kids at my house all weekend, and yesterday was a bit heartbreaking. But okay.
Oh.
You wanna tell us what up, Christy? What happened, friend? We're here for you. Are you dating? We're married.
Yeah, we go on dates.
We go on dates sometimes. It's true. We went on a date yesterday. pretty much. We had hoops here. We got Toasty here too. I hope they're not dating. I just married them last weekend.
When did this happen? Last weekend.
Good vibes. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, Toast. They are married. When did this happen?
Kid D and Moon Moon, do you guys actually like be friends in real life and go places?
They could. I think they are from India and South Africa, so freshen up Moon Knight. We are leaving soon. Leaving for where?
They're going to the mall.
Week anniversary already to the mall. Go grab some new fits. You have to wait another 3 years so I can turn 18, fly from India to your place, and then we will go
Girl,
shopping. Tell mom about the trip. No,
they
we are
convinced
not
me.
friends.
I was convinced.
Yeah, no, I know where my community members live
I don't know where
roughly.
Kid D's at.
Kid
Sup,
D
get
is in South
whack.
Africa. Get whack.
Get whack.
I
That's a
think that's a
fun
new
name.
username. Yeah, haven't seen that one before. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna let Joe tell you about the birds. She,
Why do you do this to
she
me?
loves talking about the
Why do you
birds. I haven't put this freaking microphone on. That's the real cringe.
Are you guys at home or at a resort? Kind of. Well, I'm at home. We're at home. This is our home. And then the resort that I work at is like that way. So close to a resort. Pretty much the whole town is ran by the resort. So kind of both. Kid D, we're not friends. You just ditched me. You ditched our friendship, says Moon Knight. Kid D, bro. How dare you? How dare you ditch Moon Knight? We're supposed to go to the mall. You're supposed to come pick us up and take us to the mall. We're supposed to get new fits together. Melt is busting out of the seams of his pants lately. He dances too much, or he dances just enough, and does yoga just enough. And in those stretches and dances, he's ripped so much of his pants. And I'm gonna have to also get some new fits for him because they're in tatters, kind of like his first scarf that he talked about receiving. That he danced it into oblivion. That's what's happening to his pants. Sup, get whack. You say, you've heard it. Oh, you used to watch the streams on Reddit years ago? I thought the name sounded familiar. Yeah, the RPAN days. Get whack is from RPAN days.
Oh yes, actually remember them.
Yeah.
True.
Whoa.
That was too close for comfort. Look at this. You want to hold this for me, please? Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you holding that for me.
It's weird because I'm actually kind of like sweating.
Me too. But that's the engaging with stream. It's an extra level of, I've noticed at least, like an excitatory state that you find yourself in when you're.
That sounds like you need to balance your nervous system. Or we need to balance our nervous system.
Balanced.
Because the sympathetic and the sympathetic.
Starts floating 3 inches off of my chair. Tell them about the trip. No, we're not friends. Home or resort. You have heard it. I used to watch your streams on Reddit years ago. Get whacked.
Get whacked.
Tell us how you've been, friend. Today's stream topic is about something something friends. Let me see how I titled it exactly. Yeah, what being friends looks like. That is the conversation we've been having today. Or at least I feel we are allowed to have these kinds of conversations because we're friends.
Being friends looks like selflessness, humbleness, maintenance.
I was about to say, like the reason or the inspirer of today's stream topic is Zhao. Yesterday, we were there for a friend of hers who was going through a challenging time. And she's been friends with her for now 13 years, you said, right? Mm-hmm. 13 years she's had this friend for. And Zhao has this way of showing up, right? She shows up for her friendships. And it,
Noodle's like,
it's like
I don't know.
staring out the window. I'll get him. Sorry. What are you doing?
Dog has anxiety. He thought he was alone for a second. And if he started hearing that howling. Yeah, so I showed up for a friend yesterday who was going through a hard time. And what does friendship look like? I think friendship looks like showing up for those when they need or could benefit from a helping hand, right? And being able to have the what's the word? It begins with an I. Take initiative, right? To be able to take initiative to just keep an eye out. Awareness. Friendship looks like awareness, right? maintaining that awareness, which it's not always easy because us inside this physical body and our challenges on the daily that we have to deal with, it sometimes is hard to step outside of the self. And so I feel like sometimes stepping outside of the self and into the world out there to realize that everybody else is going through something as well, being able to help them out helps me out in my own little tiny world. I don't know. So there's some selfishness, I guess, as well in friendships in the way that's like, it's a give and take. You scratch each other's back.
Let me see. Oh. Yeah. Wonder if I can get us a better shot. Is that going to be a better shot?
You see a lot of roof.
Yeah, now there should be less roof. Let me see if it switched over to the... There we go. Let's switch over to the better lens. Around here. Winning.
It's not cold melt, says Kid D.
It's not cold. It's definitely not freezing. But it's comfortable being in a jacket kind of weather.
I kind of fumbled that comment. I was trying to finish your sentiment, and I'm like...
Which one exactly?
I don't know. The friendship, what does friendship look like? I'm like, all right, well...
Shame. Yeah, like, if you want to know, at least to me, what friendship looks like is showing up for them.
Yeah, showing up for the people who show up for you.
Yeah.
And not just because they show up for you, but just showing up.
Even if they don't show up for you. I think about that wisdom of Dan's, right? Like, show up even if they've done nothing to deserve you showing up.
Yeah, friendship is the continuation of wanting to know who they are when they approach as the new person that they are every time. Friendship is like curiosity.
Thinking about that line that Andrea said as well, is that no matter how much time passes between you and her, when you do come back, when you do show up for each other,
it's like no time's passed.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Exactly.
Even though we have to, like, there is a catching up to see, like, what's going on in one another's lives, and, like, many things have happened in one another's lives. We are a new person, but we come back as that underarching same person of loving one another and listening to one another, right? Knowing that things have changed, but, like, still wanting to know who they are. It's like the still wanting to know. I don't know. I feel like there's love in friendship. That's that agape love. Where it's like, yeah, I'm going to love you. I'm going to appreciate you. I know what you've gone through. Like, I've seen you through many different phases that you are. I've seen you in the many different eras that you've gone through. And I've seen you be a different person every single time. And I'm still showing up from this observer eye that continues to follow me everywhere. The eye that I always am is just this observer. I'm going to change. You're going to change. But we show up with curiosity.
I was going to say, remaining curious, as you were articulating, right? Remaining curious about the other person. I'm thinking about a conversation me and Christian had as well. And this conversation, I think, preceded the conversation I had with my mom, where I called her and we had some conversations about my sister. My sister just recently moved to college, and she's been having a hard time making friends, right? Real friends, as we would say, friends that show up for her. And in this attempt to try and get these friends to show up for her, it became clear that they were more interested in what she could bring to the friendship than they were interested in the friendship, right? And just before that, I had a conversation with Christian as well about how that is what he also looks for in a friendship. It's like, it doesn't take a lot to remain a friend. It just takes caring, just a little bit. Consistency, reaching out, making sure, like actually asking if the person's okay, kind of thing.
Showing that you care. Caring.
Yeah, caring.
Caring.
Just caring a little bit, right? You don't even have to care a lot. You could just care just a wee bit, and you can have friends. Just like this much care.
Something that I always try to remind myself to do every now and again, because I'll fall out of the habit. You know, maintenance is that one of the words that I used earlier. Is like whenever you think of a friend, or whenever I think of a friend, whenever that friend pops up in my mind, it's like, you know, it is important to let them know that, like, they are on my mind. So reach out and be like, hey, friend, thinking about you. Doing okay? You know, it doesn't really take much to do that.
Yeah.
And to receive a message from somebody like that, it is meaningful, you know, or it can be, depending on the person, you know.
I think you have to be a little bit of a psycho to receive a message of someone thinking about you and think, I don't care. I see there's a lot of these. You see them?
These little buggies.
Yeah. They seem to like whatever this bush is.
That's why birds like nesting in here. I see a nest right now.
It's got infinity food source. Like, and we're only seeing the ones that are flying. There are bunches of them at the bottoms of those
They're
leaves.
just chilling.
Yeah. We call those muggies, but I don't know if they're muggies.
Moon's gonna try to steal you away from me.
Dude, first I turn 18, then I fly to America, hug Melt, and then steal him from Joe. And then Melt and I will fly to Africa, where we three will do Jinga La La. I don't know what that is. You have to give me more context. What
No,
the
Melt stays behind. Just kid. He's like, me, it's a two-person jingle.
No, Melt is coming with me. I ain't coming with him. I've been friends since I was 20. I've been friends with Dan, I guess, since I was 23. I'm 35 now. At this point, he's basically my brother.
Right.
I feel
yeah,
that.
those friendships are so important.
Keep showing up for them. They're also like almost 13 years. Look at that. Yeah, 13 years as well. Nah, he stays. Or you both stay. Show up for each other, support, keep each other in line, learn from each other. Exactly, Christy.
Yeah.
We can't
Keep
ditch
each other
Melt.
honest, keep each other real.
Me not being at max capacity comes out again. We can't ditch Melt is the reason why we both know each other. Sometimes you must leave some things to get some things. Kid is right. In the concept of the magnum opus in alchemy, I take the triangle out and I only focus on the big circle, then the square, then the circle. What's your thoughts? You know what he's talking about?
Magnum opus and alchemy.
He's talking about the square, with a triangle in the square, with a circle inside the triangle. I have not gone there just yet. I still need more practice in my spiritual path to actually consider that in a little bit of a more way. Would you ever choke slam me into a table for $1,000 million, or as we say, $1 billion, or $10,000 million dollars, or as we say, $10 billion? Yes, I would happily choke slam you into a table for $1 billion. Happily. I would like have the biggest smile on my face. We can both like do one of those like...
You're like, I'll even share it with you.
Yeah, we're like, exactly. I'll share some of the cash with you. I'll buy you a car. We're like, we can do the skipping thing.
I'll take care of your doctor
with
bills
like
after.
big smiles on our face. And like table slam you. That could be so fun. I'd love that. It looks so peaceful out there. It really is. This space is nice. I do like our little town.
It's a cute
This little town that we live in is significantly smaller than the town I grew up in. And the town I grew up in was small by South African standards.
Yeah, what's it like moving to a smaller town? Did you think that was going to happen?
No, I did not think that was going to happen. But I'm not opposed to it because I've lived in the big city and I don't like it. We got Sam saying in the freaking YouTube, it's being crystallized. Being friends looks like finally getting a Dynavap now.
Sam, I read that this morning. Melt mentioned it yesterday.
I did tell Joe that I saw a text of like Sam finally committing to getting a Dynavap. I don't know if we have any like discount codes or affiliates or stuff. However, if I can recommend, I trust you have gone into the Dynavap website, right, Sam? Let me just check before I cap, because I am pretty sure. Oh, this sales. Nice.
Hell yeah, look at that stellar bundle.
They made a new one. That's not bad, actually.
There's a cosmic bundle, too.
You get a... I wonder, does this have batteries in it? You get a little torch. Get the Dynavap.
Is that the induction heater?
This is an induction heater, yeah.
Dude,
it comes with batteries.
Dude, Sam, there's like some like hella deals going on right now.
It is a bit expensive, but it's like $100 off essentially. So it's not
Yeah, but
that
go look at
bad.
the cosmic bundle. What's that? No, that doesn't have the battery induction heater. Because you do want the induction. Look at that, cool. Oh my goodness. Dude, go on to Dynavap.com right now.
They got some bundles. I have been wanting to get myself another cap again.
Look at this thing.
That's pretty cool.
Dude.
Oh, wait a second. Does this thing have the... It's giving you the Wong? This thing is a big bowl. Like, it's the bigger bowl. Is it?
I just love that wizard pipe.
The bald wizard pipe?
I want to show the friends.
No.
Nay, he say.
No, you can't see.
It's a secret.
This is only for adult eyes.
You have big kids.
I don't know if you're a child. I'm new. You can go, I'm new. Tell me about it.
So with your Dynavap, you can use it for herbal products. You can use it for mullion to help clear out your lungs.
It's true.
There are like flowers, actual flowers. I have a flower mix with like, correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, damia,
I don't know that one.
coneflower, lavender.
Oh my.
It's called flower power, but it's a blend. It's an herbal blend made for relaxation. Yeah, and you can put that in your Dynavap. It doesn't heat it up to where it combusts, therefore it creates no smoke. The neighbor is mowing his lawn.
Only creates vapor. He's mowing his lawn and he's burning some trash at the same time. But look at this. You can get this is the one that I think Sam should start off with. And it's also on sale. It's a glass piece. I remember Sam telling me she likes glass.
Ooh, put it in the freezer. No, you don't want to do that. Or do you?
You can, sure. Look at that. That's pretty
I
cute.
always liked cold glass. Oh, that's so nice.
It's very cute looking, huh? And it's $35, right? $35. You can have your Dynavap experience. I'm like a little bit in love with this thing. Did you see that thing? This one? Look at that.
Yeah, that pretty purple one.
Yeah, and this is
Expansive.
This is one of the newer types of caps where they put the little balls inside the top of that. A ball vape.
Oh, let me see. Do they show it? I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna open it up and show you, but you see how that cap is longer? This is the normal cap, and then that whole thing is filled with balls, and then the air goes through that hole.
Ah, cool.
Man, these things are pretty. I love the engineering of these things.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're made well.
We need to get a hold of Dynavap and be like, give us
an affiliate link, bro.
Please.
Please. So, like, look at this.
Because
Sorry.
Yeah.
The Hyperdyne is one of the ones that I've looked at where I was like, that's pretty sick. They have even bigger ball sizes.
Anyways, I'm sure this.
You can go back to chat. Just slightly distracted for a moment. We love you, Sam. You got this. Take care of your lungs. You're going to appreciate it, I promise. Man, we're far behind. There we go.
Yeah, we were doom scrolling on Dynavap for.
I've also had a hard time making friends. My sister even told me that girls hate me.
Aw.
I'm not a bad person.
You made friends with us pretty easy.
Yeah, we like you.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of like finding your tribe. Me and Joe had a conversation like that yesterday where the people that are supposed to be friends with you are gonna be.
Do you want to go inside? Are you getting sniffly because of the grass being cut, maybe?
Yeah, that's probably what's happening.
And now it's not as pleasant to hear the birds singing now that there's a lawnmower going.
You can go inside. I think it should cut most of the sound out.
Oh.
I pushed a button. You let me know if it's bad, and then we can move inside. Kid, zodiac sign.
Agave love.
That's what agave. What's that agave love?
Agave.
That's that agave love. Okay, wiki, exactly. I have a small circle, and I can count on them for anything. Best friend is a dude, lol.
Yep.
I don't know my zodiac sign. I know my gangster signs.
I don't think this is gangster. This is metal.
I don't hate. You, Christy. I'm a guy, though. I have an idea. Man.
That may not be legal. Are you interested?
Quick question.
Hit our DMs.
Do you know the 7 secrets of wisdom and the 7 dwelling places of wisdom? Places like Petra, Alula, Jerusalem, Lalibela, and how the spirits manipulated the 7 secrets to erase true history.
Ooh.
I can't say I know with any certainty. No.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't.
You don't?
Nope. I want Phil to like. I want Phil in the Discord and telling us what these things mean, because like I don't have the reference. You should go in, Flowers. Your eyes.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna get over it any second now. I can only show it physically, Christy. What is it, Moon Boy? Really looking at here? Gonna be hitting it after his live. You're right, Raul. Raul. Raul?
Raul?
Paul? It's like, that's Paul if it was a P, but it's Raul if it was as an R. Kiddy, look, Melt is not in Africa, and I really love his dog Cody. If you kidnap him from me and ship him to India, I can pay you in Bitcoin. What's a difficult task, Moon? Let's see what I can do. I'm just imagining like this guy suddenly rocking up to our house and kidnapping me, taking me to India, right?
Oh, yeah, Moon. Did you know that Eva and Kobe had puppies?
It's true.
They have puppies.
Well, all of the puppies are gone now.
Yeah.
That's the part that fucks me up. It's like, brah, I wanted one of those dogs.
They all found homes.
All of them found homes. My
But
mom
they're
gave them away
cute.
for free as well.
Ooh. Why'd she do that?
Yeah, that's what I asked. I was like, why would you do that? Why would you, like, I would pay thousands, not in dollars, thousands of rands, like hundreds
You're
of
like, I would
dollars.
pay thousands of rocks.
I would give you all the rocks. I'll go and gather some rocks for you
I'll
right
give
now.
you rocks and sticks and like maybe some bugs in there too.
We got Prairie Wolf joining us as well.
Hey, Barry.
Moon, did you hear Gova and Evie had puppies? Darren even said the same thing.
Oh, that's why I said it.
Dude,
Because
for
Darren
real.
said it.
That's why nobody knows the true history of places like Petra in Jordan or in Saudi Arabia. Only the monolithic architectures remain. Yep, it's like he's talking about the fact that there's almost like a want to control the consensus about where it is we are on a history timeline, right? The powers that be wants us to believe that we've only started figuring things out
in the last like 1,000 years or so.
last 2000-ish years. When
I've actually, my mind's been sitting on that thought pretty heavily this week in general. Yeah, for sure. Just like where we are in history. Like that's been something that's been on my mind. So the fact that he's bringing it up right now, I'm like, I've been waiting for this conversation actually.
Yeah, it's one of those things again where the time scales we're dealing with makes it almost impossible for us to know with any certainty anything.
Not to know, but just like the questions, it's almost like an unbuilding of what I think I know.
Yeah, like almost abandoning certain certainty, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like finding, like
entering the don't know mind.
It's entering the don't know mind. It's also directing my consciousness, like allowing it to be shaped by what is certain and letting what's not certain kind of fall away.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's
and
why
anything that's attached to what's not certain to be a kind of variable that's not so solid, right? We need to go inside. You look ridiculous. Your eyes are awful.
I'm fine. This is me at,
Your eyes are starting to swell.
at
Let's
full
go.
capacity.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go. You can follow me if you want.
This is great, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to grass. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go back inside. GBs.
Oh, GBs.
Jeebnips. Bono bejeebiers.
Oh, geez. Clunk.
Skabonk. What's this thing? Yeah. Lengthened. I'm shortening your legs so that we can be eye to eye again. Alrighty. Zoe? What are you doing? I thought so. I knew there was a scream coming. What's up, Zoe? What's up? Hello? You want out? Huh? No? Hello. Come on. Come on. Let's head out. Yeah, come on. I can't get you there. You're too far. You're too far. There you go. There you go, Zoe. Yeah, you're out. You're out, sweetie birdie. Hello. Hello, Zoe. You want to say hi to these friends? Yeah. Nah, he wants to be on the couch. All right. Oh, my cyanosis is gonna slowly but surely recover. Right. I'm getting there. Hello from Beverly Hills. Hello to the Beverly Hills. Thank you for joining us too, dear friend. I hope that this day finds you well. I hope that you are gonna take a moment to connect with your friends, spend some time with them, send them a message telling them that you're thinking about them, that you love them. Prairie Wolf was here with us too. First time seeing you together. You're a lovely couple. Wishing you all the happiness. That's awesome. You bringing this bird back? What plant? That might have been me when I came inside. Oopsie, oopsie. Are you on? No. I think I can turn this thing back off again. You want to come and join me here? There's no space here for you. You want to sit here, Joe? Jump.
Hello.
Sweet. Hello, Zoe. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Zoe.
Say hi. Hi. Bird.
He's a character. He likes licking her eyeballs.
Not licking my eyeballs, but my eyelashes.
Licking his eyelashes. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, Zoe. Let me lick you a little bit, he says.
Stop.
For real, Kobe is be a dad. How's that work? I'm gonna explain to you. Learn how to fly first. You gotta kidnap the puppies also. Yeah, he got the cosmic bundle. One for he and one for me. There you go.
You got the cosmic bundle?
She did! Hell yeah, we got the cosmic bundle. One for he and one for me. She actually did.
Dude.
What? She got
Heck yeah.
she got this cosmic. No, that's the stellar. That's
cosmic
the cosmic bundle.
Nice.
That's not bad. $100
Dude.
for 2 Dynavaps, 1 metal, 1.
Are we gonna go shopping for...
This is really not bad.
Dude,
actually.
I know.
You're getting 2 Dynavaps for $100. Nice. And one
Like
of them is
metal
an.
ones,
I think you're
too.
getting an armored cap. Is one of them
Oh,
armored?
that's a silicone.
No, this. I'm talking about this cap.
No, I was talking about the body.
Yeah, one of the bodies are going to be silicone, but it doesn't matter. The tip is what matters.
Yeah. But you got a metal body and a silicone body.
And she gets like a heavy duty, like heat retaining cap as well, so she can heat it less frequently. And they give you little torches with it.
Come here, Zoe. Come on.
That is really cool. I'm super excited for Sam. You should tell us how you find. I mean, Sam has tried it now at least one time, so she knows what she's getting. But this is cool. This is really not bad.
Come here.
Come here. Come on. Come on, you silly bird. Silly bird.
Good girl.
Hello, Zoe.
You want a cookie now?
Hello, Zoe. You want to step up here too?
Yeah.
Steps away from me. Yeah, that's how it be.
Say bye-bye.
He does have favorites. He picks favorites. You want to say bye-bye?
Say.
There you go. It's a good bird. We'll see you again soon. We got Mojo here too. Hey, Mojo.
Mojo.
Love to you.
Mojo.
No more lawnmower sound. Yeah, thank goodness. Ugh. Hope you friends are well on this wonderful Sunday. My car broke down this morning. So I hope you're doing better. Bro. Connor. I'm so sorry to hear that, friend. Yeah, car troubles. Yeah, Coons. Yeah, Contoons, Mr. Coons. I'm in Philadelphia. All right, fam. I'm gonna run. Enjoy your relaxed Sunday. Thank you, Christy. You too, dear friend. Melty, you look down bad for some medicine. Who,
Yeah.
me? I don't think have I had medicine? I think
You had
ibuprofen, I guess, is
ibuprofen, but
medicine, right? But it's not like medicine. Yeah, it's
I want
like
to get you some Claritin.
I've had Claritin as well.
You took it this morning?
No,
You need to take it this morning,
no,
probably.
I don't want to. I want to suffer. I want to cry.
You heard it. You heard it from, what is it? You heard it from the cat's mouth or something's mouth.
You heard it from
From the man's mouth. He wants to suffer.
this dumb poople mouth. This is nice. I like this. Melty, bless again. That's always a circle of great reset happening every 1,000 years. 300 years governed by wisdom and 700 years governed by the spirits. It's also tied to the Dark Ages in Europe and the Renaissance. Feel sharing some good stuff. Yo, what's up, my man? How's your morning? Combat journeys. It's been good. I've been getting better. Getting better little by little.
Beverly Hills.
You have to put some socks on, Melt. You catch colds from cold feet. Trust me on this. I live in Canada. I don't know if I want to trust you on this. I'm sorry, Prairie Wolf. I don't think. Have you seen me in? Yeah, you haven't seen me in socks much, other than me wearing shoes.
I've seen you in socks.
You've seen me in socks, but it's like I wear sandals primarily.
Yeah, and your sandals have that toe slit. You wear the toe sand. The one. What do they call them? Thongs. You wear thongs. They call them thong sandals.
Don't call them that. Stop it.
Melt wears thongs. No, they're called thong sandals. And like you don't wear socks with thong sandals.
Yeah, doesn't work that way. Or at least it feels uncomfortable having that pressure. Bro, not used to the Michigan bipolar weather. It definitely is something I'm getting used to on too.
Bro is in the car.
On the topic of agape, sacrificial love, do you think our experience of heaven and hell are retrospective, like C.S. Lewis said?
You know C.S. Lewis?
Yeah, I do. C.S. Lewis
wrote the Narnia Chronicles.
Not only that, but he wrote a bunch of like, I don't know if they're Christian books necessarily.
I mean, the Chronicles of Narnia are Christian.
Yeah, and like he has he has a book like Beyond Good and Evil. Is that what it's called? Is that a C.S. Lewis book? But it's a book that my dad basically bought and gave to Christian because he wants Christian to read it. And Christian
but your dad's not read it.
I don't think so. Maybe he's read it, but he was very persistent.
I thought he's only read one book.
He reads the Holy Bible. Yeah, like it's one of those things. So that's how I know C.S. Lewis is my dad going on about him. Yeah, man, it sucks being sick. I was sick the whole week as well. Mine is all in my nose. What about you? I think mostly the same.
Up in the head, up in the nose.
Heavy like sinus.
It's draining down into the stomach, and so I've got some like stomach stuff going on just because like it's sinusy.
It's not fun, is what we can tell you. So what are y'all about to do in this today? Do you have Sunday morning routine? I mean, this is mostly like our morning routine, at least for me. This is what I do every day.
We do yoga. Coffee, feed the bird, take the dog out.
Yep.
Do yoga.
Do stream. And then we start our day actually. And today we're going to do some spring cleaning. Right?
Spring cleaning.
Gonna get the home a little bit better. And more in order. I'm allergic to cats, by the way. It sucks. I'm allergic to cats too. Yeah, when I'm in a house that has a cat in it, I get like this very much so.
You get sneezy bobeezy.
Yeah, I could just be scientist weather change. That's what I think mine is. Scientist weather change. I haven't heard that one before. Like maybe with the weather changing, his sinuses. Sinus weather change? I'm not sure. What I do know is that you are loved and appreciated for joining us today. I do feel like I'm ready to finish today's stream and get ready for the rest of the day. My bad sinus, my bad scientist. My bad sinuses. Do I have cards here? I do. Watch.
You want these cards or you want those cards?
You want to pull? We haven't pulled from the Work Your Light deck in a while now. And I don't think my book is here. And there it is. Yeah, guess that's it. Yeah. I trust that we will all get better soon again. That this too shall pass. That the little friends that is our immune system will show up for us. You can sit on my lap now. The way you had sat before. It's actually kind of comfy. Do you want me to kick this thing out? All right. So.
Oh, let's move.
Yep. I have a 44-minute move alarm.
Start at 10 a.m.
It starts at 7:44.
Oh, that's the alarm that went off this morning.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sounds. It's just vibrations. So what have y'all been talking about this morning? I just pretty much got here. You're gonna have to tune in, bro.
Oh man, we were talking about gods.
Talking about gods and demons and aliens and the Hindu gods and
Birds.
Dynavaps, and we talked a bunch about perception.
Kid D and moons conspiring to steal
Plot to
Melt
come and
away
steal
from
me. Like there was a lot, too much to cover just in like almost reflecting. It was a fun. I think it was a fun stream. I enjoyed it at least. A part of it is I think when referring to the judgment of soul undergoes, the Bible is referring to what the ancient Egyptians called the trial of Anubis.
Ooh, interesting.
Reviewing our lives within the karmic balance seems to be a widely held belief about the afterlife. Again, it's like I think it's a matter of ego, right? Where if I was a good person and I deserve to go to the afterlife, I don't want this asshole who's been an asshole
Say stop in chat.
to be in my afterlife kind of thing, right? So we as egos project and be like, no, you have to actually do like
when I die, you're not coming with me.
yeah, you have to do 10 jumping jacks and then draw a circle in the sand and then you can maybe go to heaven.
I'm flaring the cards, y'all.
I am flaring the cards.
Say stop.
One of you friends tell me when to stop. Halteth. I've been called to Halteth. We've pulled this one recently. The break the chain card. And you've broken the chain, Sam, of having to combust. Very soon you will not need to. She got one for both of them.
You got one for both of them.
Sam got the cosmic bundle.
Oh, I know, yeah, she said that.
Like the fact that she got one for both of them is very cute to me as well.
Yeah.
I love that. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewiring in the future. Rewiring the future? That's an interesting turn of phrase, don't you think? You think of the future as a bunch of wires. Little paths.
Did you show them?
I have shown them. Break the chain.
It doesn't tell you where it's at, does it?
It doesn't give you numbers on the cards, which I very much does not like. I don't like that at all. You have to search for the freaking card name. And they don't have them in alphabetical order either.
It's just random.
It's just random. It's like, thanks. Break the chain. Found it.
I'm sure this card's even in this book.
Yeah. Yeah, we both got one. Now I have to break up with the chameleon pipe I've used for the last 12 years. Technically, you don't have to. You can attach your Dynavap to your old pieces, right? Like you can still, if you have like a water piece, you can still have the vapor go through the water if you want to. But it's not going to taste as good, so I'd recommend against it. I'm not being against all Christians when I say this, but I genuinely confuses and upsets me when you talk to them about not believing in their religion, how they smile and tell me I will burn in hell. Because again, part of them takes pride in feeling like they're not gonna burn in hell, and then they see you not believing, and then they feel in comparison they could be living the most. Again, we are talking about a group of people right now. They can live any way they want, right? prospectively, but because they're following this set of rules, they get to go to the heaven they believe they deserve, right? So it's almost, for me, a matter of perspective, right? It's the contrast. It's like the gap, the arc. The arc forms, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to heaven, right? And the other side of it is, you're not gonna go to heaven.
Some people do that. It's true.
I'm not saying all of
I
them.
say, oh, thank you. That is very important to say. Not all
Definitely,
of them.
not
I think
definitely
it's
not all of
very
them.
important to not get stuck in the trap of generalization, because yes, it is something that can happen within that, and then there is a big overlap, I think. But again, once we start saying they and start separating ourselves from them, I don't think it's a condition that there's more variables at play.
I've also been told I'll burn in hell
I'm not. Yeah, it's not. You can't take it
by my
personal.
own family.
Right, you can't take it personal. Like now it becomes an
Yeah,
anecdote.
I think the thing is the fact that I'm not the only one who has this anecdote.
Oh, not at all.
Right?
You're not the only
And the
one,
fact that
but
Combat Journey shares that. So
right.
what I'm sharing is I get it. Right? I'm trying to let both of us
Formulate your
understand.
words as if they're prayers wanting to be heard.
Hell is other people, Nietzsche said. He did say that. Break the chain, interesting. Getting off the hamster wheel, getting off of the cycle, maybe even reversing the hands of time. All fairy tales. David says, all is fairy tales, bro. We're always telling stories. There's a verse in the Bible that condemns them for not warning a person away from sin. In the modern times, it's been used to abuse folks, and it's not right.
Yep.
He gave us the middle finger. It must have been an accident, Kyle. Yeah, like I said, humans don't want anybody getting away with anything. We're definitely right about the. You're definitely right about the ego. They're like, God loves you, but you're gonna burn for not believing it. Yeah, it is one of those things where we can get a little bit wrecked by the reality we're in. Right? Don't let yourself be convinced. Okay, I'm still dealing with my symptoms. Salvation requires effort, and to me, effort is not just doing what you're told, it is making your mind think.
Yes.
We are in a participatory universe. We are not mere observers. I agree. I agree, Phil. And it's your responsibility to break the chain. You are being called to heal. Ooh, and literally, we just had this, to heal your family line, or free yourself from living the life of your ancestors. This could mean letting go of old patterns of your maternal or paternal line, healing trauma from the past that is not even yours, or observing old ways of being that no longer serve you. We carry emotional trauma in our luminous fields for up to 7 generations. This is why family patterns can be the hardest to break. Often, they're not even ours to begin with. But we do not know another way of being, so we continue playing out the drama. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal. Energy is freed up. You are being guided now to look at your life and decide how you want it to be. What ways of being or patterns are you ready to free yourself from? What part of your future do you want to rewrite? Now is the time to shake them off and dream a new future into being. I feel like it relates to today's stream topic, right? It's like not this future of like, oh, we're gonna be fighting demons or aliens or each other. But how about we don't? How about we break that chain? How about we can stop the fighting and
Yeah, but it's
do
like
something differently?
the part where it's like, oh, you can't learn the lesson for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. You can.
You have to pursue your own lesson.
The
You
way I.
have to heal it within you, and like let the world allow the world to heal itself. Maybe live as an example of what you be, the change that you want to see in the
Exactly.
world.
That's the way I see it as well. Of like, you cannot get the fighting to stop by going and fighting harder. All right, being the hardest fighter. and attempts. It's like you have to live a life of peace for that peace to start to permeate the rest of it.
And in
What
that way, I think. Oh, there's more?
is a work your activation kind of line? You were saying?
Go ahead.
It goes, what old ways of being from your family line are you ready to let go of? Seek assistance from your support team, your tribe, your friends, a healer or a coach to begin freeing yourself from it now. I am releasing religious thinking when it relates to fighting demons, right? Because the person or the problems, at least, that I'm fighting are of my own nature, not of some sort of demonic nature, right? Some sort of larger than thou kind of experience. And I have not believed this for a very long time as a kid, where I'm like, seems very convenient to say, yeah, the devil made me do it. Like, did you see that thing about the lady in America who was like basically spewing racist rhetoric, and then when she got called out for it and got canceled, she was like, actually, it was Satan who did it. Satan convinced me.
There are many ways to show up within the world.
Yeah,
I feel like what we say about the world says more about our perspective of it than the world itself, because there's so much out there. And so the algorithms and the way that media portrays itself to us is going to cater itself to what it thinks triggers us.
it's true.
And so you see a lot of stuff because it knows it can trigger you in that way. And it's interesting because that's not actually the world that I live in. So like you have a lot of perspective on stuff. Like I didn't
That's
grow up in I grew up in a Christian world, it's true. But I didn't have Christianity hammered into me. And so you have this emotional attachment and egoic emotional attachment to be like,
I think
I was told I was gonna burn in hell, and so you have this like attachment that's like emotionally attached to being like, I'm gonna fight against this. It's like an
let,
aversion to
let's
it
call it a
because
chain. It's a chain is an attachment in that way, and like that's what this card was about. Is like breaking that chain. So yes, I'm agreeing with you. That is how I was raised, and that's why I have to step away from that way of being, right? And in that way, I can only do that healing for myself because, as you said, you didn't grow up in a home where it was quite as intense, right? So in that way, I feel like I am doing the work as much as I can, right? What old ways of being from your family line are you ready to let go of? And that is it for me. That's a big one for me. It's like,
what breaking out of Christianity itself.
no, giving power to something outside of yourself, even if it's Satan, even if it's God. Like, that's not a pattern that I am going to participate and continue to perpetuate, kind of thing.
Okay.
That's the way I see it. It's not an aversion as much as it's like I heard you use the word attachment in my perspective of it, right? But it is trying to detach, trying to let go of that sort of thinking. And it is hard, right? Energy needs to be freed up. There is a certain energy freed up when you let go of that stuff as well. The thing to notice when ancestral healing comes up is that you cannot heal another person, but your own healing can cause another person to choose to heal as well. Yeah, like thinking about even like my name, right? My literal name denominates me as a religion, and was that way for my dad, and that way for his dad before him as well. Right. So not only do I have that generational trauma or emotional trauma in my luminous field for up to 7 generations, but for 3 generations before me, that stuff was hammered into our psyche. Right.
I
So
can see it still affecting you.
yes, yes.
One day you'll be able to heal from it.
One day. That's the work I'm trying to do. Right. And I think it's not made easier when we feel like we're expected to be a certain way, kind of thing.
Right. Well, and I think too that it's really easy to like I said, get stuck in the trap of generalization and like point blame and point finger to like a certain thing that made it be that way. But really, we need to pinpoint the human condition itself and not necessarily um, generalizing a whole thing, right? I feel like there's some attack on Christ, not necessarily attack, but like we really in this space can kind of pull apart Christianity and look at it from a lens of naysaying, right? But I think that there is also things to be considered because it is such a it plays a big part of society. It is where society is right now, right? Like, so it does play a big role in society, and that's where we are. And there is attachment to it. And so what you resist will persist. I think it's like the way that it's approached needs to be approached in a more gentle and more curious lens than the generalization of saying like they, you know?
I didn't say that. I talked about the way I was raised. And the stream topic was about breaking familial lines, right? And I did talk about my family. And the conversation just before that was about getting told by Christians, some Christians, that if you don't believe this, you're going to burn in hell.
Yeah, that's an approach that many people will use. And
Yeah.
I also know many Christians that won't say that kind of thing as well.
They might not say it,
Yeah, but
many of them think it.
many of them think it, but what you see about the world says more about how you view it than the world itself, and it's very important to recognize that. It's teaching us about ourselves.
I am the way I am because I've stepped away from that way of thinking, right? This stream wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be practicing yoga. I wouldn't be
I'm
making
not
art.
attacking your character.
I know.
I'm not like saying that anything about the way that you are or why you're the way that you are. What I'm saying is like we have to be careful to not get trapped in that generalization because like there are a lot of people out there that aren't like that.
It's true as well. This
And
isn't
so
about other people, though. It's like literally, I'll read the line again. You can't heal for another person, right? This is about the individual. That's what this card was about, is breaking the chains inside yourself. All right. So I hear you. I hear you when you say, like, you don't want to generalize too much onto another person because, you know, we don't want to maybe alienate an individual.
yeah, what I guess what I'm saying is like you gotta be when speaking to people, and right now we are speaking to many people. It's we gotta get be careful not to get stuck in the trap of generalization. Very important thing. All right.
Okay.
You
One more
anything
time
else?
to finish this topic off, and then we'll come back to comments. Is that for me, the way I interpret that card is to break the chains that I have grown up in, right? And I can only break the chains that I have grown up in because I'm the one who grew up in them. And then maybe in breaking those chains, and it looks different, right? I have never seen someone break a chain without effort, right? Like breaking a chain takes a little bit of grunting and pulling and tearing and
Oh, I can break a chain with little effort, with some craftiness. You just have to find the weak
that's
spot, the
effort.
weak link.
That's still
A
effort.
little effort, but it doesn't take a lot of effort. Pulling and resisting and changing. You can twist it just a little bit and like, oh yeah, look, this link doesn't link like that. So effortlessly, I can twist it and pull it apart.
A seven generational chain is very strong. You can't just.
I don't know. I came from a pretty big chain myself as well, so my anecdote might say something different.
It's true. I think we're all always learning, right? And for me, I do kind of sometimes, I think it's a part of my character trait, have a certain extremeness to the way that I approach a solution or a problem, right? Like I am the vocal kind, right? I am the kick the door down, right? The dramatic, the like, and again,
You are.
I know like
Formulate your words as
Joe
their
does this a
prayer is trying
lot
to be heard.
where I'll say something and she'll be like, You're not only those things, right? But those are the things that I like to be, right? When it comes to like the person that I'm projecting myself out as, I can kind of like be all like, let's say, demure.
You are. We have a lot of comments in there too.
You feel like we've concluded this conversation?
I feel like we're kind of getting in circles.
Okay, I'll finish the circle just by saying I could be very demure when it comes to the conversation about like religiosity, right? And I can be like very, and then leave it there and kind of like go on. But my personal journey with religion was like very strong aversion at first, right? Like almost towards atheism, where it was like a literal straight up attack and hatred of religiosity, like religious thinking. And then throughout my personal journey, I kind of found spirituality again, right? And in that finding of spirituality in myself, I realized the faults, right? The lacks, the gaps in reasoning, if you will, that arises in religious thinking as well. And I like to be vocal about that because sure, you might trigger a person in hearing these things, but I was triggered by things as well in my life that was the thing that actually allowed me to grow. Yeah, I'll come back to chat. Mm, salvation requires effort. Yep. And to me, effort is not just doing what you're told, it's making your mind think. We are in a participatory universe. We are not mere observers. It's like how veiling was commanded by God to protect people from the effects of UV radiation, but now it's being used to silence and erase women. If it exists, humans will abuse it. They never think of the possibility that there is not two options. There could be a third God that they don't believe in, or, of course, God, there are many options, not just the two. Like I said, it is the glory of God to conceal a mystery. It is the glory of kings to find it. So good luck to all of us on this journey. Phil, it's been good to have you here. We call our weakness the devil. It's cope. I agree. I agree completely, Prairie. Oh man, don't even get me started on people that talk about demons. It truly boils my blood to hear an adult talking about demons as if they were real. To give them so much power. That's what this whole conversation was about for me. It's like I and in my own journey, breaking the chains of giving power to anything outside of myself, right? To blame shift. I instead take the blame onto myself, right? And because of that, I can get very emotional when kind of like topics like this come up as well, because I do take all of the blame onto myself. I'll refuse to kind of like shift that blame and be like, no, actually it wasn't me, it was because of this thing, right? I'll be rather like, yeah, I am tense in my own being around religion because of the way that it's affected me, the night terrors it's given me, the lack of belief that I'm worthy of love, the conviction that I deserve to burn in hell, right? Like because of my religious upbringing, these are things that I brought onto myself, chains that I shackled myself with, right? And breaking those chains looked like calling my own bullshit, meaning like, oh no, actually, that's stupid, kind of thing, right? Like reasoning myself out of those ways of being, because I personally have to reason my way out of it, right? Because again, religious thinking works for a reason, right? There's a lot of almost perfecting in that as well. Like spending 2,000 years learning how to convince people of something is enough time to get good at it. You're here because the algorithm determined that you would like it here. Demons, the world. Demons, the word, is a placeholder term for the entities that occupy dimensions next to ours. The Israelites had no mathematical understanding of other dimensions. Who else How else were they to understand? Agreed. The Bible is full of instances like that, places where the truth cannot be clearly or cleanly communicated because of the technology and level of knowledge of the intended audience at the time. And we are not that audience anymore.
Is that Sam saying
That's
that?
Sam, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's so important, like whenever we read this text, is to like recognize the relevance to the time itself, because it was a very, very, very different time that they
Oh,
were
yeah.
living in.
That's true.
And so it is so important to like understand the cultural relevance. It was a different world. And so people trying to apply like that to the world we live in today, it doesn't work. You have to do it in different, like it was relevant to that time. Yeah. That's something that I think is really important to understand.
Hmm. Like we used to get, as Prayer Wolf said, get beheaded or stoned to death if you don't
Yeah.
believe in it. If you were raised this way, yeah, exactly. Right. Hence, all of my like, I was probably in multiple of my previous lives, I was that guy that got stoned to death. That was me. And still, even if I knew I was gonna get stoned to death, right? Even if I knew, as Galileo, I'm gonna get burned at the stake, I would still shout the truth because that's what we need. Yes, we can be docile and poignant and
We just gotta be careful of what we're shouting is in fact the truth, because we can very get caught in our own truth, which isn't a universal truth sometimes.
it is my own truth that I don't want to give my power away to a god or a demon outside of myself.
That is a good example. Yeah, that's a truth that you should shout, but you got to make sure that the other truths that you do shout as well are an overarching.
What other truth did I shout today that felt like it was not in alignment?
I don't think that this is constructive to go in that direction.
I am open to criticism, is the thing.
I'm not here for that's not what it is. That's construction. I don't think that going in that direction is a constructive way and a constructive thing, because like whenever you start to point out when you start, you're going too deep into, I want an example, give me an example, right? I'm just saying overarching, we need to be careful that the truths that we do speak are overarching truths and not just a personal truth.
I think I tried to. Like, for instance,
I'm not
the
saying you're
point that
not,
I'm
right?
thinking
I
you
don't.
might have like issue with was me talking about how some Christians, right, can project onto you the fact that you're gonna burn in hell when you don't believe what they believe because it convinces them that they won't go to hell, right? And like I've seen that as a personal anecdote, as you said, right? I've seen that in my life many a times. Some
Sunscreen all over.
sunscreen, yeah, didn't get distributed perfectly. Right? So I wasn't trying to cast judgment. I was trying to cast understanding
You're
onto our friend combat journey of like why it is that happens. I wasn't trying to attack anybody in
you're on
saying
a
that.
roll right now, and I think that I feel like there's some grounding that can happen, because there is, this has been rolling, and there's like been, as it's been rolling, there's been stuff tacked
I'm
onto it,
trying
right?
to ground myself. I'm trying to understand how you want me to be.
It's not about how I'm just saying things that are generally that I can speak and say that are true ultimately. And in that ultimate sense, like one of the things that I'm saying is true is not getting stuck in the point of, it's not getting stuck in over generalization, speaking truths that are ultimately true and not just true to the ego. Those are the two things that saying truths that are truth not just to the ego, that are an overarching truth, is something that's really important, like being accurate with your word, being precise with the word that we do use, because it's important. I think it's something that's important, right? And so like whenever we try to, rewinding this, backpedaling this, trying to be like, when was a point where I didn't speak a truth? It's like now we're looking for a not truth, right? Now we're looking for a point of contention. Now we're looking for a point where we can kind of find unalignment. And so we're going into the direction of unalignment. Is that where we want to go? No, we need to speak the truths.
So in my mind, when I ask, it's like trying to find where it seems the unalignment arise.
I'm not, see, that's the thing, where it's coming from a point of lack, right? It's coming from a point of like feeling like you need to change something. I'm not saying that you need to change something. It's saying we need to go in and choose the direction that we do go in.
Yep. Break the chains. Break the chains. even if they seem to tighten around your neck. I would
It's one of
say.
those things where it's like there's a thousand, hundreds of thousands, and millions, and infinity different things that we can say in a very moment. But choosing the thing to say that is helpful and constructive is the thing that I think is important. Like that's that choosing, that's the directing of energy, that's the directing of awareness, it's directing, you know? Does that make sense?
I'm trying to make sense of it. Like, where are you trying to direct this energy right now? Like, have you?
Awareness of conscious awareness, being aware of what it is that we're feeling within ourselves and why like this feeling within ourselves is taking us in the direction that we're going. It's just an awareness and then a choosing to go in a certain direction.
I feel like it wasn't so much a choice as it was a exploration of the card that we pulled. That's kind of like where this conversation started, right? Like we talked,
Started a little bit before
yeah,
that.
just before that, and then it brought family up, and then ended it with like breaking family chains. And I think it was a little bit influenced by the comment that came just before that, right? And that's the beauty of this stream for me, is the fact that it does elicit this unique expression of what is true to the self in this moment, right?
As long as we reflect on it. Yeah, going back and reflecting on all the things, but it is like it like I said, you have this ball of an idea, and as the idea continues to turn, it's picking up things on top of it. And like as it continues to turn, it's picking up more things. And right now the ball is like turned this way and you can see all of these things that are stacked onto it from this position. Right? This ball of information, this ball of conversation, that all of the things that have been said, now it's this big thing. And you're wanting to talk about this little thing right here, but I'm over here on this side and I'm talking about this thing, or I'm talking about these things. That's why I think it takes time to reflect, add awareness, and then ground yourself in all of those teachings and learnings before adding to it. Adding to it's not going to necessarily help. It's the picking apart and understanding what's been tacked onto it and why that helps to understand the whole conversation. Does that make sense?
I think I definitely, in the way that I process information, I'm way more focused in my kind of like reasoning of things, right? My focus was primarily on breaking the chains. And just before that, we had a conversation about almost like the chains put on us from our society, right? Like you're going to go to hell because you don't believe this thing that I believe, right? And I feel like that's a chain that's been used to control many people, millions, if not
How hard is it
billions
to
of
put that
people.
chain down though? Like
Seven
if it
generations it takes, apparently. That chain is still there, even 7 generations later. And for me, I dropped those chains aggressively, right? I kicked my chains. Uh, there's even in South Africa, there's something called gumboot dance, right? So the gumboots were seen as a like a worker's shoe wear, right? And then those workers, because they almost had like a plight for existence, they would start dancing in their gumboots, right? And a whole dance style emerged from that like strife, in such words, right? Like the chains that were those boots in that way became the tools with which they danced. And there is a lot of effort, right? There's a lot of working inside yourself to get yourself to that point where you can still dance, even though you have experienced suffering, all right, on the other side of it. You can use where you came from with a certain momentum, like it informs your decisions in a way that it changes your output into reality. Right. And for me, that's what I see when I think about my religious upbringing, is that it gave me a lens through which I can understand why the world thinks the way it thinks. Right. And at the same time, me not thinking the way the world thinks is why my life is the way that it is. And of course, from an egoic perspective, I'd like to believe that my life is a good one, right? That I'm living the life that I'm supposed to be living as a human being. And then these teachings, right, that we have been conditioned to are, as you said, for a time before us, right? And a time where people were still laymen. They didn't understand the basics of reality. They don't even understand that the earth is round, level of limited keyhole thinking, right? And we cannot continue to look through that keyhole kind of thing, right? And like the keyhole on the other side is like, oh, you're gonna go to hell because you're on the other side of my keyhole, kind of thing, right? And I do get a little bit uppity in my emotions when somebody dares to say that thing. It's because it's like, who are you? Who do you think you are to tell me, right? Kind of thing. And I do get a little bit uppity about it because they're like, no.
I do think that there's judgment in claiming to know the way the world thinks, though.
I didn't say I know the way the world thinks. My words were, it gave me a lens through which to understand the way the world thinks.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's a certain statement.
You cannot live in this world without judging it. That's
I'm
also
not
not
saying that.
possible.
I'm saying it's hard to be certain about the way the world thinks. That's a perception. It's like a limited perception, even.
I am only one person, and there are billions of us, so I'll agree with you. It can only be a limited perception because it's only mine.
Hmm.
And living the life that I've lived has me living this life with you, right? So if I believed anything else, I believe I wouldn't be here right now. If I showed up any way differently in the
See,
world,
I think you
I
need to
wouldn't be
be.
here right now.
Yep. Okay, so I don't think that that's, again, a very constructive statement as well, because now there's like an emotional attachment. Now there's like almost an emotional thing that you're using as leverage to be like, I just think that's an interesting direction to take that. Because now you're using like where you're at right now as leverage to be like, I don't know. It does um it's interesting to me, I guess, the ways that these things are approached. Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy that I'm interesting at the very least. I'll take that as a win. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Come across Sub Dream 2. Hoopty is here with us too. Is he Dutch? Almost. Afrikaans, technisch. Seems like y'all had a fun conversation earlier. We did, Hoopy. It definitely was a different time, and we do not have to take that in. But we have to remember this. People use this excuse in the Bible to justify slavery. It was a different time. It was wrong then, and it's wrong now.
Mm,
You come across as pretentious. Not trying to be mean, just consider how you're perceived.
motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. He's trying, and thank you, Hoopy. You're right. You're speaking from ignorance, talking about Christianity through life experiences and word of mouth instead of biblical scripture. Christy on YouTube. That's
Mm.
hilarious. Literally talked about stoning an old tradition practice that no longer is applicable under the New Testament, and saying you have to see the time period compared to now is also false. You've given us a bunch of wrong statements. Maybe you can tell us a right statement, right? How do you think we're supposed to do this
Yeah.
instead?
I think that's important, is like not focusing so much on the division, but focusing on what we can agree on.
I think it's true. Like we can all agree on the fact that taking good care of yourself is actually pretty simple.
Um, there's this TED Talks on the guy that created the birds aren't real movement.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of a haywire idea that all birds are government drones, right? But the reason it was a social experiment, he wanted to see how he could flurry people up on an idea
convince people. If he could convince
He
people.
wasn't trying to convince
He,
people that birds weren't real.
he was trying to explore conspiracy theorist thinking, pretty much.
And to see how people would fight against it so desperately. Right? He was trying to see how, like, the polarization of conversation
reposition.
when you come from a haywire point, how, because as above so below, now I'm only in it, because you're fighting from this point, then this point arises equally. It's the as above so below. So, like, polarizing ideas create polarizing ideas. We have to not be so polarizing and come back to the middle where we can agree from and build from there. Right?
I think where
That's where the they statements come.
where the average Christian, where they could agree with me, might be in the whole we shouldn't give the demons or the devil any power over our lives, right? But where they might not agree is giving God power over our lives. Where in my journey, I have like depolarized from both, and I'm trying to find myself in the, as that friend said, like that third state, right? Realizing that there are even more ways than just God is real or God isn't real. That there is the third state that is spirituality, to say it in so many words, the pursuit of what God is, right? And continuing that pursuit, or keeping it alive at the very least in our species.
I
Because
think I said that at the very beginning of all of this. I did dive into that as well. It's something I could definitely agree on, is like this spiritual pursuit is unique to the individual.
yeah,
It's very unique to the individual. Each person is going to express that divine spiritual pursuit differently. Some people will do it in a way that's coping. A lot of our life, a lot of the human experience is coping. There's a lot of trauma that happens at birth. Birth, being birthed into this world alone, is a traumatic experience for not just the baby.
it's your first death.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of coping that's happening. There's a lot of bypassing that's happening. Bypassing being like, oh, this is the way that it is because of that. And so because this is the way that it is, I'm not even going to pursue or question that. It's just that, right? There's the spiritual bypassing, saying that, oh, like, I'm uh a pastafarian, we'll say, and because I believe in this, then I don't even have to consider that other thing. Right? There's
Floating spaghetti monsters.
so many variables, but the spiritual pursuit is to the individual. Like, it's all individual experiences, and how we choose to express ourselves in that divine spiritual pursuit is our own path. It should be a thing that we can use as the examples, like like that card said, allow our healing, and we have to do work in healing because we're all coping with something. Allow our healing to be a healing that inspires and not discourages.
I think you're right. Yeah. It's not always easy to quantify, but we can try. We can try to continue to show up. Imagine growing up during communism, when God worship was strictly prohibited. Most soldiers wore a cross under their army issue uniforms. I see myths not just as stories, but as frameworks for realities or operating systems. They're vessels or expressions of a type of truth. That's why we find these common themes across different religions. Agreed. Who else is so lost and confused of what they are talking about? Yeah, I was also a little bit lost there for a
Yeah, I
while.
think there's a point where both of us were trying to get, or we're lost and trying to come back to a center point.
It's true. I think we have grounded ourselves again, at least. Melt, about time you clue in. Persona is what this is. It's not that deep. Mask up or down. You decide. Agreed. And I'm like, I really agree with you, Hoopy, in that way. Where that was almost what I was trying to say to you, is that this mask that I am wearing, I have only been able to cultivate because of a certain way of being. Right? It's like that. It's almost like a little bit of, uh, again, the oppositional defiance. It has that quality to it, where sometimes you need the rebel in a society. You need the rebel energy. Like, you actually need that to like shake things up and make a real difference in the world. Like, you cannot have the big change
without that energy kind of thing. And that's the mask that I have chosen to wear. Like you said this yesterday, oppositional defiance. There it is.
Disorder?
This is a type of disorder.
A childhood behavioral disorder characterized by a persistent pattern of anger slash irritable mood, argumentative slash defiant behavior, or vindictive lasting at least 6 months.
Yeah, it lasted my entire life. It's the matter. Oppositional defiance is if you read the rest of it, check. Right, affecting roughly 3 to 10% of children. It involves frequent defiance of authority figures, causing significant disruption at home or school. Getting told I'm gonna burn in hell because of the significant disruptions that I caused. Often losing my temper. Was touchy, didn't want to be touched, easily annoyed, angered, or resentful. Argumentative and defiant, argues with adults, actively defies the rules, deliberately annoys others. And my deliberate annoyance was in convincing them that they're wrong and there's no such thing, kind of thing.
Vindictiveness?
I mean, these are
Spiteful or
generals.
revenge-seeking behavior?
Yeah, for me, that spiteful or revenge-seeking behavior was again in feeling like a place of superiority and knowing that all of the religious teachings I've been taught is a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right? Like these words I learned because of the way I am. Right? Like my mom had me at a specialist. That's where I found out that I have dyslexia and that I'm on the autism spectrum. And that's also where like I went back to him as an older person to go and get my proficiency tests done. Right. So he got to see me as like during my developmental period. And oppositional defiance is one of the things that he identified in me, where even with this like random stranger, he would say certain things and I would have certain responses.
Yeah, I
That can
recognize
be
it in you for sure.
and
Yeah,
like
I think
dude's
Goob kind of talked about it just a second ago, where you sometimes are conversationally combative, and it's like, oh, you're starting to combat me, and this wasn't supposed to be a combative conversation, you know. And I think that even right now, you're being a little bit combative. It's like you're coming on with a lot of like energy that's like almost even authoritative.
I wouldn't put it past myself. I think it's especially when this topic, I think it's because of the nature of the topic that we're discussing as well, that this
Yeah.
part of me comes out.
I think you'll continue to disarm the trigger, but it is a trigger within you, and I think
Definitely.
it's something that needs to be disarmed.
It's caused a lot of pain in my life. I think that's
I
it.
definitely think so, but I think it's one of those things that you need to realize that it's not dangerous
I don't agree
to
with that
you.
at
It's
all.
not dangerous to you. Like, are
It's
you in danger? Does
it's
it?
fucking our world up.
What? No. What? It's
Like
see, your death is not dangerous.
yeah,
Also, it's the central. We have the tools to center ourselves. We've been taught how to ground. We've been taught how to realize, oh, I am in no danger right now. The danger is perceived. The danger is something that's been tacked onto us. Again, now take this conversation as like an experience of life. We are that little ball that's tacking everything on. And so having this conversation is not dangerous. But however, you are in a fight or flight, and your amygdala is like in that fight mode. Like you're physically heated.
yeah, I can feel it.
And we have the tools to recognize, to draw back to the observing self, like, oh, all right, if I want to be clear, concise, calculated, understand this from a clean state, there's tools that we have to do that. And that's the healing. That's the healing that's supposed to be the inspiring healing.
I'm trying. I'm getting better. I definitely have had a lot of emotional trauma in my life with this specific topic. All right, so I think in that there's a lot of work for me still to be done to, as you said, disarm those triggers slowly but surely.
Walking around with a trigger is like walking around with a loaded gun.
Yeah.
So like it's up to the individual to disarm that gun.
I'm trying. Guys, both of you are correct. It's just trying to say the elephant is a trunk, front view, but someone says the elephant's a tail, rear view. They're both right, but they have different perspectives. Nice scarf. Thank you, Hoops. Religion is the glue that holds tribes together, and belief is the hip of faith. What matters is our submission to it. Yeah. Sir Isaac Newton was a theologian, had an understanding of physics on a level which many will never touch. You never know what's hiding behind the door. In it with you all. Love to you, Hoops. By the way, did you know the etymology? I just got deja vu'd. Really deja vu'd. Oh my goodness. Have we done this before?
Mm.
Oh my, I'm getting more deja vu. You crazy. Okay, let me reground myself again. By the way, did you know the etymology of religion? It comes from the Latin word religio, which means to bind. Of course. But could also mean a reverence or to glorify. Joe likes thinking, Melt likes thinking. This is true. I have read the Bible intensely. That's why I don't believe in it. So I've read the scripture plenty. Yeah, same. I also was like one of those kids that I don't think I'm as knowledgeable on the Bible anymore. I did a lot of my Bible reading when I was like around 14 to 19. That burr baby screaming. Joe's gonna have some words with him. I like the way you guys have conversations. I can sense your disagreements, but y'all work them out. That's cool. We try that. Like me and Joe will have moments like this, right? Like we are both very strong individuals in our beliefs and in our ways of perceiving, I think, the self and the way that the self wants to be perceived. I think what Joe does a lot for me is that she wants the best for me too, and she wants the impact of this stream to be felt by everyone, right? That's the way I'm perceiving how this conversation has been going. Like you want the best for the friends on the other side as well, and you know that some percentage of them might be on the other side of the camp, right? And drawing hard lines in the sand of like, we are on this side of the camp and you are on that side of the camp can alienate and cause the same separation that we're trying to fight against.
Yeah, definitely.
Slowly but surely we'll grow more wise, more patient, more kind, more considerate, more deliberate in the information we choose to share. I appreciate you, friends, for sharing this information with us today. Combat Journeys. I like the way you guys have conversations. I can sense your disagreements, but y'all work them out, and that's cool.
Hmm.
I understand. I think my problem is I don't have a lot of beliefs. I'm more about pure facts kind of guy, so when someone says that's what you believe, it gets to me. Agreed. Because that is not what I believe. It's what I can prove and show what is real. Real. Had a whole stream conversation in that as well. I had fun discussing.
Combat Journey is like a health person, right?
He's
Combat Journey
a
teaches
he does martial arts.
martial arts and knows a lot.
Oh, I just freaking unmodded Sam accidentally. Sorry about that, Sam. I was trying to like hit this button to get myself into the bottom of chat.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You were
Being
saying
a health person, I think like there's a lot of anatomy, there's a lot of science, there's a lot of peer-reviewed things that can lead you to this certainty of the way that things
Pure facts.
scientifically like really are. And those are important things to like understand and stay true on. You know, the rest of the stuff that's out there, theology, philosophies, all of these other things, those are things that can't be measured. Spirituality, it's a thing that cannot be measured. You can't measure it. It's interesting. We kind of had this conversation about how, like, the asanas and the practices, the breath works and the chants yesterday used to be a thing that we didn't really fully understand why or how. It was woo woo stuff. So, like, we didn't incorporate it into the Western world. But we're starting to have the instrumentation now to measure why these things worked. And it might not be because of this spiritual tie to like this divine thing that exists. It might be just because the vibrations in our nose, whenever we go actually vibrates and breaks
nitric oxide
and then allows your VO2 ceiling
to
increase, right? So like we now are learning scientifically. We're like bridging the gap between scientific science and spirituality. Like we do have the instrumentation, and that is the world's pursuit on like what's happening. Like it's a collective world. It's like there is like this science race to understand what's happening.
I think that's beautifully said. And I think to add to what you're saying, that's why people kind of like polarize,
Yeah,
right?
totally,
It's
absolutely.
because
Because
they like see some of that evidence, as you said, arising from something that was usually attached to some like mystical thinking, and then it's like, ah, none of it's mystical. All of it probably has like,
a scientific basis,
yeah.
it can be measured.
And then we try,
We can
right?
see the intricacies of why it works. There was this conversation between Dr. Mike and Dr. K. It was such a because like they're so
Kind
kind
of
of
totally
different,
different, right?
right? And it talked about like the instrumentation and the spiritual, like the instrumentation in the Western world and like Ayurveda, the spiritual connection and everything. And Dr. K brought out the idea of like why, like if we were to explain to an alien, like we use penicillin, right? And then we could just give the alien penicillin. It's like use this to administer the world because it works. Same with like the asanas or the humming or the chants or the mantras or the, whatever.
I'm
It
sorry.
works.
I was imagining like trying to teach her alien yoga, and then after my class, he drops dead on the floor. It's like,
Anyways, he's like, well, what's the problem if you just say penicillin works and just do penicillin, like the exercises works, just do the exercise. Why can't you just give penicillin? Because of resistance from bacteria, which is something that like there are intricacies into why these things work that like we have to continue to explore deeper as to why they work so we can optimize them, even like use them efficiently. So whereas the chants used to be a thing that had this like mystical tie, we're now realizing there's physical bodily things that are happening whenever we do them. They worked. They had spent 2,000 years trying to perfect how they worked. They didn't know why, they didn't know how, but now we in the Western world have the instrumentation to be able to measure it because we now have, you know, we can go to the moon with a camera kind of thing. We have the instruments to do things. That's the scientific pursuit and the spiritual pursuit are just like parallel. They're happening.
yeah. Thinking about the like start of the science era, and Nietzsche being born in that era as well. I don't know if you know that line "God is dead" was said by Nietzsche.
Hmm.
People don't realize
It
that
was almost
he was mourning. He was mourning God's death, and he was seeing us as the murderers, right, of that God. And it's not the ultimate killing of God. Science. We got Merman here with us. Hey, Merman.
merman.
It's not like the ultimate killing of God. Like, we cannot kill what God is, but it's almost like killing that like idea, that fantasy, that exuberation. Is that the word I'm looking for? That comes with believing in some force larger than us, governing everything, helping steer us, having like a God that has a plan for our lives, kind of thing. That's what we killed as a species. And I feel, and this is why I kind of like admire some of Nietzsche's writings. And he talked about something called an Ubermensch. I don't know if you know this. He talked about how if that is the case, then there is this almost like call to the individual to rise up, to be that which we have killed in our society, kind of thing. Right. And I feel like that's what this community is about in large parts, is that we're trying to evolve ourselves so that we can be more full people in this world. And I don't know with any certainty that we can do that if we outsource our own salvation, or even outsource our own sin, kind of thing, right? It goes both ways for me.
Right, for sure. That's the spiritual bypassing. That is like to a T what spiritual bypassing is. Because like putting it on somebody else to it's somebody else's responsibility to do your work. Hell no, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, the things that happen to us are not our fault. Things don't have to be our fault to be our responsibility.
Yeah.
Like as I said, A lot of our teachers will say we were innocently born into a chaotic world, and this world is definitely chaotic. It's sporadic. There's things that happen, and we have no way to explain them. You know, a rock falls, and a tree limb falls, and it onto your car. We have no control over that. Like, it's the wind, and it's not our fault, but it is our responsibility to deal with it. Same with our emotions. Our emotions will come up. They will arise from things that have happened to us throughout our developmental stages. It's not our fault that they happen in that way. It's not helpful to even place blame on the reason that it happens, but it is our responsibility to recognize how we respond to it, and then or recognize how we naturally want to react to it, and then learn how to respond to it better every time.
Yeah.
Because it will continue. Like these things, we find patterns within ourselves.
And increasing the gap between the stimulus and the response, giving us more time to grow in that way as well, right? Even in the gap between the stimulus and the response, reflecting on how we responded before to this kind of stimuli, and then choosing from a place of consciousness how to be differently. And even in that deliberation, you might still fall short. But
I mean, we're gonna always be falling short because it's an infinity that we're choosing from, right? There's no way to know, but it's the thing. It's like getting better each time, and you know what? Sometimes we might fall back down, but as long as we don't fall back down to the rock bottom again, that's the worst fall that we ever did before, and then we can't get back up. There's still life happens like this. Yeah, life should happen like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Not completely linear.
Sometimes it's like,
but it still has a little bit of a step function going on.
But there should be this like reflection. We should have moments of reflection to see relatively where we are on this path and where we've been, and optimize it. That's the only way that we can all bring ourselves back up.
Yeah, optimization. What was that stream topic? Iteration optimization. Iteration optimization. Yeah. Every time you do something again, you iterate. Humming reawakens stem cells. Nice. More fractals. Bring her back. She's definitely right. That is the world I live in. I think philosophy. Why can't I say it? Philosophy is great. I think it's the tool you use when there's nothing else left. It's very helpful. The difference between a scientist and a philosopher is that when they both have the same thought, I want ice cream, it's how they get the ice cream. A scientist,
beautiful.
a scientist can understand what ingredients is necessary, what mechanical forces is necessary to get that to become ice cream, where a philosopher might be like, oh, I have to maybe befriend someone who makes ice cream, kind of thing.
Right.
I cannot think of one instance where the space has been unwelcoming or dismissive to visitors with different beliefs.
Unless they're assholes.
Thank you, Mojo, for saying that. Because I'd like to believe that I'm that way as well. I can be very vocal about my differences in seeing the world and belief systems, but I never force upon another person that they have to think the way I think, for them to be allowed in my presence at the very least. The scientist looks in the fridge, figures out how to make it, gets whatever it's needed, but the philosopher starts thinking about what is ice cream and may end up never getting it. Phil saying, it was nice talking to you guys, but I'm going to have to skedaddle now. Take care. Phil, you've been here for a long time. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Do subscribe and come back. We'll have more chats. Merman saying good morning. Science, such a trip, eh? Thus spoke Zarathustra. How was the weekend? It was good. Joe is looking so pretty today.
Melt got me this shirt.
It's true, I did actually. How that sweater is banging too. Thanks. Is this a sweater?
Match a
we do have like the gray going on. I agree. How you respond is anything. How you respond to anything is such an important part of life. Dressed to impress. Tristan Thompson. Hey, I don't know if it's that Tristan. I don't think so, but it's nice having you here, Tristan. Are you guys married yet? Yes, I'll say so. Right. We've had our ceremony. We have our marriage license. think for as like the married part for me is like the next 20 years kind of thing, you know. Like being married is way more than just getting papers kind of thing. Is it okay to tell a joke? Are jokes allowed?
Absolutely
Absolutely
allowed.
not. If you see me laughing, you know, maybe my third eye will open up and pure cosmic fire will blast off. Of course. Of course. That was me. That was me telling a joke, you know, opening the stage for you, Hoopty. Hi, Baluna says, I'm from India. Balaji Nayak. Long time chatting, bro. Balaji Nayak.
I'm laughing at Merman's 20 years.
20
It's
years.
life, homie.
It's for life. I mean, I was more like trying to extend the time frame for marriage instead of it being like
Happy birthday to Savannah.
happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to Savannah.
Savannah.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to Savannah.
Savannah.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
Savannah.
you, Savannah. Have a good one. Nice to meet you. Subscribe your channel. Thank you so much. And good night. Thank you, Luna friend. It was nice having you here. Balai Nayak. Maybe that's the name. I'm not sure. Bless again, Savannah. Hi, bro. I'm from Hyderabad to India, Bala, Chennai. You're you're just making very nice.
Aw.
Thank you, friend. Thank you for making nice with us. Savannah, happy B-Day. Thanks. Love is true. That's wholesome. Thank you, friends, for joining us today. What a stream. What a conversation we had about what friends are. I feel like we've shown, like, the friends and me and you to the world as well about, like, sometimes friends disagree about the way that things should be done. And if there's a willingness to stay present in that conversation, you can keep your friends. Have you made progress in planning your marriage celebration gathering? No. I was literally thinking about Kate this morning and thinking about that we should have like a space. We're gonna do it in May. That's the plan. I think May is gonna be the time where most of our friends have time off and can plan. I don't know if you have any more, let's call it developments on your process, dear Gabadygoo. Maybe you can let us know too. We want to include all of you friends. I think that's the biggest bottleneck. It's like, how do we include everybody? All right. Like, send an invite to all 8 billion people on planet Earth. It's like, come on. Come on. Just come and hang out. What's the problem? I'm getting hot.
Yeah, you do have a big fluffy winter jacket on.
This jacket is cooking me in my own skin right now. We've pulled a card. I appreciate you for joining us, dear friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Love to you, dear friends. Sending you blessings. And we'll see you again soon. Double hearting you. Thank you for joining us, friends. Until we do it again. Bye, my guys. Love you, Steven. Yes, send the invite. We all want to make it and send letters. That's awesome. Keep for joining us too. Happy Sunday to
Kiefer.
you. Just at the end, y'all have a good Sunday. Good to see ya. Blessings to you too, Prairie Wolf. Love you, everyone.
Man.
Until we do it again tomorrow. Cheers.